Yo, what's up? Before this video truly starts, I just want to say that I'm from the future. The recording ended up being 3 hours long. The thing is, this is the first time I'm doing a video like this, and I don't have much experience yet. I just yapped so much about every little detail. The first 2 episodes of ReZero as well as the opening, and I went through VLC Media Player and talked about every scene, and I know it's probably not that professional. I don't even know how much I will edit. Honestly, this structure of this video is more like a live stream than a typical YouTube video. So I probably need an editor for future videos, and I'll try to keep it a bit shorter. But if any of you volunteer to edit my videos, I would gladly appreciate that. That would definitely help a lot. And just don't expect this video to be anything professional, really. But yeah, with that out of the way, first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Jansho, or Jansho, however you want to call me. I'm German. I'm from Germany. So you probably can tell by my accent, but I do communicate a lot in English these days. So the thing is, I don't speak that much English, but I hope it's okay the way I sound. Either way, I used to do YouTube videos back in the day, like several years ago, mainly gameplay of Fortnite and stuff, but I don't really do that stuff anymore. All of those videos are private now, and I am not planning to do that anytime soon. I'm a big ReZero fan. I plan to mostly focus on ReZero. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of the people watching me right now already know me from Twitter or even from YouTube, because I comment on quite a lot of videos. Yeah, I'm pretty well known in the ReZero community, I would say, especially like the Witch Cult translation people. I'm not that popular there, but either way, I comment on a lot of stuff. I'm known for being very enthusiastic and passionate about ReZero. They call me the #1 Glazer, biggest dick rider ever. Like, not just when it comes to ReZero, but in general about the staff and so on. I always praise everything. I try to be as positive as I can. Some people think I have a toxic positivity, and the thing is, I do complain about dooming the people who always doom about everything. And I try to spread positivity as best as I can, but it's not like I'm completely positive. Like, I have my own criticisms. It's not like, even though ReZero is by far my favorite piece of fiction, yeah, that's true. It's not like I think it's flawless, you know. There are obviously criticisms I have with the anime, but I usually try my best to find the good things even in the bad, even if it's not looking that good. But also the way I act online doesn't really reflect who I really am. Like, some people think I'm always super excited and hyped. That's how they envision me, and then when they hear my voice, for example, on Discord, by the way, join my Discord server, the Suaman Cult. When I'm in voice chats there and they hear my voice for the first time, they get surprised that I sound deeper than they thought, and that I'm not actually that insane or crazy in real life compared to the way I act on Twitter, for example, with my caps lock spam and oh my god, this is the greatest piece of fiction. And yeah, I tend to exaggerate a lot. I know that. The thing is, I absolutely love ReZero. I'm not exaggerating when I say how much I love it. It's just I do sometimes go a bit too far, and I know that myself. And yeah, some people don't like me because of that, but I swear I'm not retarded or anything. It's just I try to spread some fun. I don't know. That's just the way I am. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into the main event, and that would be talking about the first 2 episodes of ReZero Season 4, as well as the opening at the end. I will use my media player and just go over the scenes and analyze whatever I can, give some insight with light novel cut content and stuff, and just how much I love certain shots and direction choices and so on. And I will keep it anime only friendly for this section where I talk about the episodes. So if you're an anime only, you're welcome. In general, I will always try to be anime only friendly for the episode reviews. However, for the opening, I did talk about novel spoilers. So it's just that the opening has so many Easter eggs, so much foreshadowing for Arc 6 that I really can't talk about it without mentioning any spoilers. But yeah, let's start talking about my most anticipated season in anime history. First of all, I want to talk a bit about the first episode of ReZero Season 4, which aired last week. I didn't get to analyze that much on Twitter. I would just quickly go over some of the highlights and analyze some stuff. So the episode basically begins with some beautiful shots of Priestella. Like, you can see how much damage the witch cultists caused in season 3, and yeah, some nice art direction here. And I really love this dynamic between Subaru and Julius. I actually do want to talk about that first. Since this is the first video I'm doing, I'm just going through this whole video I have downloaded. I don't know how I'm gonna do it in the future, but this is the easiest for me. I definitely need an editor and stuff. But anyway, I really love this dynamic between Subaru and Julius. It's man, that's one of my favorite parts of Arc 6, and Arc 6 is my favorite arc in fiction. I've said this time and time again ever since I read it. It's so fucking peak. And yeah, I just love it. Here we have basically Julius thinking about being forgotten and forgetting. Which is more painful, I wonder. This is such a beautiful philosophical question that perfectly ties into the main themes of Arc 6, forgetting and being forgotten. Because Julius, basically everyone forgot about him because his name was devoured. But at the same time, he also forgot about his brother, Joshua. And because his name and memories were both eaten by gluttony. This is just a really complicated situation all around, and I just love this dilemma. And we've never really seen Julius in such a position. He always seemed like such a really elegant, respectable guy, and yeah. I don't know. It's really sad to see Julius in a position like this, and then also Subaru's reaction. Forgetting and being forgotten can both kick my ass. Don't try to rank how painful things are. He's basically directly confronting the people who rank suffering on social media. It's so funny. The people who always rank how much Subaru's suffering and stuff, and what's worse, which character suffered more, and he's basically calling out these people. But yeah, this just goes to show how much Subaru has grown. This whole dialogue, this whole conversation is really well written. Did you forget Julius? Again, forgetting. I mean, don't forget Julius. Man, I love this. I just love the lighting here. Look at this. Shinohara, he storyboarded and directed this, I'm pretty sure. And man, this looks so beautiful. My eyes know just how strong you are. My humiliation knows it. Because, bro, this all the way back in Arc 3 of Season 1, where Subaru got humiliated by Julius. That was one of the most iconic scenes in ReZero. And just look how far Subaru has come since then. Look how much he's developed, no matter who else may forget. Oh man, like Subaru knows Julius. Subaru has not forgotten about him. He knows because he himself was completely humbled by him. So, and the fact that Julius, he of course doesn't want Julius to think lower of himself, because Subaru himself already has an inferiority complex, and no matter who else may forget. All I'm gonna say is this might be there might be some interesting foreshadowing here, but I won't go into spoilers. Man, I also love this one. Nothing. You truly are a remarkable man. You truly are an amazing guy, Natsuki Subaru. I'm just gonna say this quote out of context, but this is basically what it reminds me of. You truly are a remarkable man. Why does it sound so similar to you truly are an amazing guy, Natsuki Subaru? I think this might be foreshadowing. I don't know. But yeah, these are Crunchyroll subtitles. I will talk a bit more about Crunchyroll in a bit. Oh, look at these shots, man. Yeah, basically, I do want to talk a bit about Crunchyroll, because oh my god, where is it? Here. There's someone really smart here in the city. She's supposed to say in this country. I know people, a lot of people have already pointed this out, but I just want to talk about this, man. Crunchyroll, oh, this fucking company. It's I've been talking about them for months now, and yeah, they really don't give a shit about ReZero. We've been telling them to fix the subtitles ever since this episode was shown at that one event, Anime Nights or something, and they still haven't fixed it. It's still in the city. They won't even bother fixing it. Even though it makes no sense, because why would the Sage be in Pristella when they're going to the Orgra sand dunes all the way at the eastern edge of Lugunica? Yeah, it makes no sense. Crunchyroll is just so fucking shit, man. And another one here. The Sword Saint, the Dragon Lord, and the Sage. What the fuck do you mean Dragon Lord? It's either the Divine Dragon, or like on Witchcraft translations, or the Holy Dragon. I'm pretty sure that's how Yen Press translated it. I think that's also how Crunchyroll used to translate it. But anyway, I call him the Divine Dragon, but Holy Dragon is also not wrong. It's also fine in my opinion. It's certainly 1,000 times better than whatever Dragon Lord is. This just sounds so weird. I don't know. Dragon Lord, it sounds so like some demon lord or something. It doesn't sound like a dragon. It's But yeah, now that we're at this point, I do want to talk about bit about some of the lore we're getting here. In the or Dragon Kingdom of Lugunica, there were 3 heroes, basically the 3 great heroes. The lore we're getting here is really interesting. Basically, these heroes were the ones who sealed the Witch of Envy, and now the Pleiades Watchtower. It's far eastern edge of Lugunica, directly where the Witch of Envy is sealed, and Shaula currently resides there since 400 years. And apparently Shaula's the sage. Who knows? That's at least what they think. So they're on their way to Shaula the Sage to gain some information. Yeah, bro, the Pleiades Watchtower, it's my favorite location in all of ReZero. I won't go into spoilers, but man, I do love the world building a lot. It's really ReZero's world building is so underrated. It's so peak in my opinion, and in Arc 6 it does get expanded a lot more, and the amount of lore we're getting is so interesting. Yeah, not even Reinhardt was able to pass the Augur Dudes. Like, this journey they're heading on, man, it's gonna be dangerous. Yeah. I also want to talk a bit about some of the shots, like, man, with the white background, Shaula the Sage, and look at this. This basically symbolizes this light of hope, right? Julius forgotten his name, and his name was Eden. I mean, and they're in a desperate situation, and then we get this beautiful light of hope coming from there with and look at the sound, listen to the sound. Oh man, the storyboard here is so good, and also this wind blowing as if it's from the Augur Sand Dunes. Such good sound design, such good direction. One of the 3 great heroes of Lugunica. I legit got goosebumps here. I didn't really talk about that on Twitter, but it's one of these small details that I just love so much. Yeah, also this here, man, look at the storyboard here. I'm pretty sure it's boarded by Shinji Itadaki. Basically, this episode was directed by Masahiro Shinohara, the series director. He also storyboarded a part of the episode. I'm pretty sure it's the second half, and the first half I'm pretty sure it's boarded by Shinji Itadaki. It's incredible. Yeah, series being taken to the capital, and yeah, Garfield. But before I come to the Garfield stuff, also, yeah, I want to talk about the Eridna scene. Oh my god, this right here. This is the highlight of episode 1 for me. The direction here, bro, it's so good. It's like the campfire, the atmosphere. It really gives me season 2 vibes. Look at this. Also yeah, these boards, the direction. This whole scene is 6.5 minutes long, and there's so much room to breathe. From a pure adaptation standpoint and direction, it's by far the highlight of the episode for me. It's this whole reveal of Echidna. My name is Echidna, and also this board here. The other shock Subarus here. Look at this face, man. The facial expressions, the lighting, everything, the shadow placement. It's so good, man. It really gives me season 2 vibes. Also with these season 2 OSTs that returned. It's 2 OSTs play here, and they're both connected to Echidna in some way. So it's really well chosen. Yeah, look at these expressions. I just love this whole scene, this whole reveal so much. Also that, where is it? That one jump scare. I don't know. I'll show you an image of it probably. In my personal opinion, I honestly even preferred over the LN. The thing is, in the light novel, it's actually at the end of Arc 5 and in Priestella, where she reveals herself for the first time, and it's in some room with Reinhardt being at the door to guard them, because Subaru had a suspicion that Anastasia might be Capella. This is like the one thing, the one argument that does go to the light novel. It does make Subaru seem a bit smarter, but the thing is, she was the one who approached Subaru here, and I don't think he had enough time to really think about it anyway. They're already in this position, and there's no way for him to set up all of that, so it doesn't make sense. The reason I prefer the anime is just is this whole atmosphere, the campfire. Like, being in a room would just be so much more boring, in my opinion. Visually, it's just yeah. Also, the fact that she's a fox. Also, yeah, Crunchyroll translates Eridna as Foxidna. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I personally I'm used to calling her Eridna because in Japanese, Eridona. It just sounds more like, I don't know, it just sounds a bit better. Eri is translated to collar, or basically means her scarf. So a literal translation would be like scarf dona or scarf fitna. But yeah, Foxidna is a bit of a localization. It's not bad. I used to hate it on it a lot more when I heard it for the first time, but I mean it's fine. But yeah, this right here, that's her real identity. So I've been watching all of you for all the time. Just imagine it. For 10 years, she's been watching them. And of course, she's able to imitate Anastasia very well. It's just I think their relationship is really interesting. There's a lot of mystery going around them. It's really melancholic. Look at her. It's obvious that she cares a lot about Anastasia, and she wants to save her and stuff. She has her own motivation. Oh, bro, I love this here. I the way it, man, the direction is so good. ReZero has never looked this good, man. Seriously. And also this shot here. You see, I love Anna, man. I legit get chills when I hear that. It's so beautiful. Yeah. Also, like, look at these shadows and everything. Yeah. So we have the moon watching here. There's a really, really nice shot when the campfire is. We also see here still the shadows. Everything is. ReZero has never looked this beautiful. I swear to God, not even in season 1. Like there are also some season 1 glazers. I disagree with that. I think season 4 is the best ReZero has ever looked. This right here. This is such a beautiful parallel also to season 2 episode 1. I can show an image of that where Rem was in Rem's last moments, when she was thinking about her hero Subaru, and then there was that one shot with the sun. Basically, Subaru is Rem's son, and Rem is symbolized as the moon. that's at least. I think this is what they're intending. This is such good storyboarding. I don't know if Shinohara or Itadaki did it. Either way, this is such a beautiful shot. Just seeing Subaru with his tracksuit, completely dirty, by the way. Oh yeah, this is the last time we see him with his tracksuit. I'll talk about that in episode 2 as well. Yeah, such a beautiful shot, and then of course Rem. I do want to talk about this right here. A nice transition to this. We get to learn a bit about Subaru's main goal for going on this journey to the Pleiades watchtower. It's to wake Rem up, and I just want to be the first thing she sees when she wakes up. This is such. I love Subaru's characterization. I know it's selfish. It's he has a lot of ego, but I don't know. I can relate to that. This is just, yeah. The fact that he's... Oh, by the way, this is also something I want to talk about. He's talking to Ram here. Ram, I don't know. I think in American English it's Ram, so I'm just going to say it like that. Bro, Ram. Where's that shot? That beautiful shot of Ram here. Man, she's so beautiful. Anyway, I think it's really interesting that Subaru is talking to Ram here, because in the light novel it was Petra. Like Subaru had a scene with Petra, and I know some people complained that it was changed. It's basically the same dialogue, just with another character, but I think it fits really well, because who is the best person to talk to when it comes to Ram? And I just think, because she plays a much bigger role than Petra in Arc 6. I know Petra will play a bigger role later in Arc 9 and stuff, but we are just focusing on this arc right now, on season 4. So I just like that we get a bit more interactions between these two. We haven't really had that many interesting interactions between Subaru and Ram in the past seasons, but this Arc 6 is where it gets really interesting. I talked about Subaru and Julius' dynamic. That's one of my highlights. I do prefer their dynamic a bit, but I also really love Subaru and Ram, especially in the next episode, in episode 3. I will get into that a bit later. You're getting a look pervert, but yeah, Subaru has told her a lot about Rem, because, you know, Ram has forgotten about her little sister, and the only person who still remembers her is Subaru. And so Ram does care about Rem, because she's heard so many things about from Subaru. So yeah, he's a bit of an emotional anchor to her, just like Subaru. We get these nice parallels between Julius and Ram, and I just find that really beautiful. So I like that that Petra got replaced by Ram, but of course not everyone will agree with me here. And yeah, it doesn't matter who wakes her up. Yeah, it doesn't matter, but because Subaru has a bit of an ego, which is totally justified. Yeah, he wants to be the first person Rem sees when she wakes up, and I wonder if he will achieve this goal. This is basically his main goal for Arc 6. Of course, there are a lot of other goals, but this is basically what sets off this journey for him. And here we get where he promises to bring her back. Bro, the thing is, it's since season 2 episode 1, right? Since season 2 episode 1. Oh man. See, basically the whole season of season 2 and season 3, we haven't really heard much about Rem. She's asleep, and we might finally get her back. Who knows? Will it happen in Arc 6? Will it happen later? I won't spoil anything. But this is definitely Subaru's promise. Subaru has broken a lot of promises, but this could be the moment. And whether she will see him first when she wakes up. I mean, there would be a very great emotional payoff. So yeah, that's the first time, the reason I'm taking it with me. And now we're finally getting to the Garfield content. This is, I still don't really know if I prefer this section or the Eridna, because the thing is, the Eridna reveal is much better adapted, like from an adaptation standpoint, also in terms of direction. I do prefer that, but man, this is really emotional, and Garfield's one of my favorite characters. His character arc in Arc 5, like, for me, he was one of the MVPs, or maybe even the MVP of Arc 5, because this is real. His development there was just so beautiful, and this is basically like a conclusion to everything. This is a really nice emotional payoff to season 3. I wouldn't count this as Arc 6. In general, like this episode does have some Arc 6 stuff, but I would say it's still rather Arc 5, and this is probably my favorite character moment for Garfield, where he finally breaks down in front of his mother, but unfortunately she has forgotten everything. Of course, it could be gluttony. Who knows? But yeah. Also, this is pretty funny, although not. Garek, her current husband, has been turned into a dragon. How can I not have faith in him? Man, these expressions from Garfield. This scene did make me tear up, but it's not a perfect adaptation. I will say that in the novel, in the light novel, I read it recently. Like I read the web novel version over a year ago, and I recently read the light novel, and there is a lot more detail. We get a lot more insight into his character, and there's some content that was cut, especially between him and Mimi, and their relationship is really cute. and Garfield and Wilhelm, basically he's struggling with his, like, he's going through a lot of internal struggles right now, because so much is going on at the same time. He has the stuff with his mother, and also his insecurity with his strength, the stuff with Elsa, although he did overcome that in episode 13 of last season. But yeah, still he's wondering, this was cut here. You're really strong. This I really love this dialogue as well, because yeah, he's basically the shonen protagonist of Re:Zero. You could say that. I know some people don't like that term, but this he goes through something like a shonen arc, but we get a lot of development. It's and Kurgan, his fight with Kurgan last season was but yeah, he's basically still pondering over how strong his opponent Kurgan really was, because he can't believe that he defeated such a legend, someone whom he looked up to so many years of his life. He read books about the warrior Kurgan, and he basically revered him, and at the end that legend was defeated by him, and even said the word magnificent. This is like the highest praise a warrior like him can give Garfield. And Wilhelm basically responds with the fact that it's a corpse soldier. But still, in his last moments, just before he died, his Kurgan's true self apparently did come, and the same goes for Theresia. And yeah, we got some nice interactions between Garfield and Wilhelm there, but I wouldn't say it's completely important to the plot or anything. It's so much wouldn't fit into a standard length episode. So I think it definitely makes sense to skip to the truly important part between Garfield and his mother, this family reunion, because this has been built up since already since season 2, the trials in the sanctuary, and then obviously in season 3, episode 3, where Garfield has his moment there on the rooftop, and this is again a parallel to that. But this is basically the first time Garfield actually calls says mom to his mom directly. You look like a child who's about to cry. Man, this genuinely made me tear up. This is such a beautiful, emotional scene. Just seeing a reunion like this that has been built up for so long. A side character. Like in any other show, someone like Garfield, you would have maybe forgotten about him, wouldn't have played such a big role, but man, his development is so good. It also kind of parallels the Subaru Emilia Leplo scene in season 1, episode 8. It definitely gave me those vibes, and the way, look at this. Oh, I love this so much. I love the way we see his POV shot of his eye, and the blur and everything. Such great storyboarding. If this is Shinohara, I kneel. I'm one of the few Shinohara supporters, I would say. And also the way the lighting is a bit brighter now, really just to make it more emotional. Also this OST, the thing is, because due to copyright reason, I'm trying not to show too much. I don't even know if I'm allowed to show this much. Also this shot, the direction and storyboarding and everything in the scene is really good. It's really powerful. I tried so hard. This is literally like so similar to the Lapallo scene. After all this time, finally letting out his emotions, everything that has been pent up over this decade. Yeah, he hasn't seen his mom in so long, and she basically thinks that, at least for now, what's shown in the anime, she does say your mother is with you now, but she basically just acts like his substitute mother. But there is actually something that was cut, and that's actually a pretty sad cut. In my opinion, that's the worst cut in this episode, where she pretty much remembers that she lost something, and it's basically, I feel like I'll lend you my shoulder. Yeah, she talks to her children, and then says, I love you, Garfield. She basically, it's pretty much a confirmation that she doesn't remember, but through the exchange with Garfield, she has found something she lost, and she realizes the situation. And unfortunately, we don't get this in the anime. It would have made it even more impactful. It's a bit sad, but I still think the way they handled everything was really good. Really emotional, very powerful, and yeah, it's just that last section I would have probably liked to see. Yeah, also here Garfield realizing the names Raphael. So I mean, even though her memories are gone, a part of her is still there, and like this is one of the main themes of Arc 6, and bro, this will be expanded upon so much more later in Arc 6, but I'm not gonna spoil it. Yeah. You will never lose your true essence as a self, basically. Even if you lose your memories, your soul remains, and that's basically how she, Virgin Garfield, when I was thinking of cute names for babies, they just came to me. Yeah, it just happened, basically. I really love the art direction here. Yeah, here, bro, this is so beautiful, man. Oh, man. Like, the way it fits Garfield's gorgeous tiger, this yellow-orange color, it's really good art direction, fitting for Garfield. Shinohara absolutely cooked. But yeah, this is this episode. I mean, there's also some other stuff with Meili, but I wouldn't say it's the most important. Yeah, just some stuff with Frostwall. But yeah, what I really want to focus on now is episode 2. Oh man, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to episode 2. Episode 1 is already a 10 out of 10 for me, a great setup and stuff, but episode 2 is like a 100 out of 10. It's man, this is basically where Arc 6 truly begins. We immediately see Subaru in this completely new outfit. You have to remember, this is, oh my god. I mean, he has changed his outfit a couple of times in season 1, in Arc 2. He had some other outfits, and I don't know, season 2 and season 3 whether he's changed anything, but still, he basically always goes back to his tracksuit, but this is his first real outfit change since the beginning of the series. Like, something that will happen over multiple arcs. This is basically his travel outfit now that he will be wearing for a long time, so we will have to get used to that. And man, I love this so much, man. I love this fit. I love both his tracksuit and this travel outfit. I don't know which I prefer. Of course, the tracksuit is more iconic, but I just have to say, because also Arc 6 bias, because Arc 6 is my favorite arc, but I just, man, I just think Subaru looks so cool in this. And yeah, this I can't believe we're finally here, but this also confirms that episode 2 is where Arc 6 begins, but whether it truly begins here is a different question. Well, you will see later in season 4, because there's going to be quite a lot of twists, but yeah, this is basically where at least the prologue begins of Arc 6. We also see Emilia in this new outfit, which resembles Fortuna. That's a nice parallel there, but I know some people don't like this. Basically, this whole group has changed clothes for Arc 6. We also get this new Earth Dragon here, specifically for this trip to the Augur Sand Dunes. It's really good for that. And his name in the LN and in the anime is Joseph. In the web novel, it was actually Gian, like Gian. I don't know why they changed it, but yeah, it's like John, and I don't even know how it's pronounced. Gian, I don't know, but I do like Joseph more. I don't know. It sounds funny, and at least I know how to pronounce that. But the two names have nothing in common. Still a weird change. But yeah, we get this right here, stroking the neck like this calms most land dragons. This actually plays a role for later in the episode. We get a flashback to this, but I will just talk a bit about this more. Yeah, Patrush is a vegetarian. If you know, you know. All I'm gonna say is I'm very excited for episode 3. I mean, yeah, Patrush is a vegetarian. Of course she is. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting line. There's something you need to know about Ram's body. They didn't really explain it in detail here, but basically Roswell has been supplying mana for Ram this whole time because she lost her horn, and every night this is basically what Roswell has been doing. But now that Roswell isn't going on the journey with them, Emilia and Beatrice have to cover that up. Yeah, we have Ram and Ram. Oh, by the way, Subaru made this wheelchair for Ram. It's modern technology, so he obviously got this knowledge from his old world, and then he brought it into this world. Of course, yeah, it's really interesting, all the stuff Subaru has done, but we see how much she cares about her little sister. Selfish request. But yeah, this is basically the opening plays here. I will talk about the opening more later, because I will probably go into Arc 6 spoilers. I will not go into Arc 6 spoilers in the episode reviews. I will try my best to avoid that, or if I do have something important to say, then I will do a warning. But I don't think I'm gonna have to do that for the episode. But when I get to the opening, I definitely want to talk about some spoilers, because it's pretty much impossible to talk about the opening without spoilers, because there's so much foreshadowing. But yeah, this is basically the scene from the first announcement video. Some really nice direction here. Man, I also this shot, like the storyboard again, Shinji Itadaki did it here. The sound direction here with the wind blowing. No one has managed to reach this tower in 400 years. You have to keep that in mind. Always this number 400. It's so interesting. What does it mean? Yeah, in 400 years. Beatrice, Echidna, so much stuff happened 400 years. And of course, that's where the Witch of Envy was sealed. And in all this time, nobody has conquered the Orgrimmar Dunes. So how is Subaru and his group gonna do it? That's the question. The dunes are full of witch beasts. Crunchyroll calls them Mabis. I call them witch beasts based on ReZero Wiki and ReZero Wiki and Witchcraft translations. Oh, by the way, talking about Crunchyroll, I'm pretty sure they didn't do any translation mistakes in this episode. At least I couldn't find anything. In the first episode, there were 2 pretty major ones and some small nitpicks maybe, but in this one, in episode 2, I couldn't find anything. So props to Crunchyroll. They're doing a lot better, and also they've been promoting ReZero a lot more recently. But still, I don't like Crunchyroll because the amount of negative stuff they've done still overweigh the few positives as of recent. But I just love how we get this sense of danger, these stakes that are already built up this early. He's warning them. Of course, some people think this is a cliche. Oh yeah, you will never do it, but of course they overcome it. But in Rio, the execution is just so good. I genuinely feel fear of the unknown. There's so much mystery going on, and it's just so good, man. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah. This is really interesting. What do we see here? Also, bro, the detail is crazy. We see some coins. This is the sage that's being depicted here, and it seems to be male. And even though Shaola is female, so what is up with that? Who knows? I'm not fully sure what this is, but what I find really interesting is this coin that depicts a bird, because birds seem to have such a big role in ReZero. Why does this? Why is a bird here? Speaking of birds, he's warning them that folks have been seeing birds flying over the dunes in the past year. Yeah, for the past year. And you know what happened 1 year ago? Subaru was summoned to this parallel world. So right after he was summoned here, birds have been appearing. We've been seeing so many birds in the opening and in all sorts of episodes in season 1, episode 18. We always see these white birds, and they seem to have a big role in ReZero. What does it mean? The birds. Yeah, I do know something, but I'm not gonna spoil it. It's definitely a big mystery. I also really want to talk about the art direction. Oh my fucking lord, man. Yeah, let me just go over the art direction right now. Just look at this shot, but there are so many shots. Like, look at the amount of detail on the clouds and how vibrant everything is. Oh, here, like look at this. This looks so realistic and so detailed. Everything. The background art is just magnificent. Here, an even better look. The way that, bro, I love this so much. The way the sand is slowly approaching in the distance. Holy shit. But yeah, also this conversation between Subaru and Julius I find very interesting. He's talking about his spirits seem unsure why they find it difficult to leave my side, basically because he lost his name. Even his spirits have forgotten about him, but his divine protection is still active, so they're still on his side, but they don't really know what's going on, so he can't really use his spirit arts. Yeah, it's a really complicated situation, and he now basically has to rely on his sword strength alone, which he does excel at. And also just this whole conversation between Subaru and Julius, I just love their dynamic in Arc 6 so much. The banter between the two. Yeah, don't go sing whatever you want. Here, why do you appear even more vexed than I am? Well, it's true, this looks so cute there. It's like, I find it really amusing. Because of Subaru is the only one who still remembers who Julius is in this world. So because Subaru is still on his side, Julius is still able to hold himself together and able to smile. What would he do if Subaru didn't remember, right? If Subaru was also affected by gluttony or something, then he would have nothing basically, and only his sword, and I think he would be very depressed. So it's a good thing that someone is still here who still remembers him. Julius is very. I love his character. But by the way, Julius is my second favorite character in ReZero. He's my favorite side character. Honestly, my favorite side character in fiction. He's Natsuki Suru is obviously my goat, but man, I just love Julius's development in Arc 6. But he is someone who is really dependent on how other people see him, which I relate to a lot. This is also something for me. And if everyone has forgotten about him, why did he even do everything? Like, why did he become the finest of knights? Or it was all for nothing. It's so. Yeah, their bond is obviously stronger than ever, even though they might fight, but it's not that serious. Yeah, and Suru also understands Julius very well. There is some dialogue cut from the LN once again where Julius talks a bit about his family situation. I won't really go much into detail, but something along the lines of that he isn't the legitimate son of the Eukulius household. This is a bit extra lore, but honestly, I'm not really mad about that being cut. And also, we get some more information on his friendship with Reinhardt and Ferris. But yeah, I don't think it's that important. And what is this shot? Look at this, dude. This is art, genuinely. Some of the best art directions in season 1. And also the sound direction is. I obviously can't play all of that, but yeah, we were here in Sandtime. The art direction is, or not the art direction, there isn't much art direction here, but the sound design is really great, and basically everything is covered in sand. Yeah, we get a bit of this switch beast action, but not too much important stuff. This right here, oh my god, man! I'm not gonna show it, but bro, the OST. I probably can't play all of that, but man, this is honestly one of the most beautifully directed scenes in ReZero. This whole montage, it really gives me Frieren Made in Abyss vibes, you know? These fantasy, it does really give me Frieren vibes, in particular with the magical OST and this montage. It's just beautiful. I've never seen anything like this in ReZero. The fire, the compositing, the colors. Oh man, and this right here. Oh my god. I swear to God, this might just be the most beautiful background art ever. Like the most beautiful art direction or at least this is on the same level of the peaks of season 1. With this rainbow, it really reminds me of that one Suru and Rem shot in season 1. But I'd argue it's even better than a lot of season 1 sky shots. And people have been saying that season 3 doesn't have great sky shots. But honestly, we just haven't seen the sky like sunrise like this. But I do have to say, man, season 4 just already looks a lot more beautiful than season 3. I think, I don't know, it's probably this 1 year helped them a lot, and there don't seem to be as much production issues. It's just, this is genuinely the most beautiful ReZero has ever looked. I don't know if that's a hot take, but yeah, I love it, man. Oh my lord, look at this. Like the amount of contrast, the vibrance. Bro, this is genuinely this is a work of art. And I don't even think that that's it's definitely one of my favorite. Bro, this is genuinely better than anything in season 1. I swear to God, man. Like the detail of the clouds, the vibrance. Holy shit. Maybe I'm also biased because it's the Pleiades Watchtower, my favorite location ever. Yeah, it's genuinely my favorite place in fiction. But no, this is too beautiful, man. Also here the night sky as well with all the stars. Stars play such a huge role in ReZero, and we see Emilia's ice wall to protect them, and we see Ram getting healed. Such a beautiful sequence. I've never seen anything like this in ReZero. And then this, like, even the night sky looks so good, man, with the stars, with the shadow of the Pleiades Watchtower. Holy shit, man. Also the character acting. Yeah, peak. And we get some interesting world building here. Oh my god. Yeah, this might be the I'm not sure, either this one or the one I glazed before, the wider shot. Either of the two have to be the best art pieces in a ReZero episode ever. I swear. Like, I honestly even preferred over some of those rainbow sky shots in season 1. Genuinely, it's so beautiful, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, they're basically running in circles because of the sand time. Once again, I really have to point out how interesting the world building is in ReZero, and nobody seems to really talk about that, but I think that's one of my favorite parts of ReZero. This journey to the desert, we all the way the sand dunes are the towers are connected. Basically, when sand time comes, it basically acts like a bridge between the two warped spaces, and that's where they can get to the real sand sea. But yeah, I also really fucking love this clairvoyant scene, this breakthrough sand time, like or overcome sand time, the title of the episode. The way Ram, like all these POV shots, the camera angles and the red filter and everything, it's just directed so well. Hina Kushuki is the episode director, by the way. She was the one who directed season 3 episode 14. I know some people have some issues with that episode, but the thing is, most of it comes down to production issues. There was some problems because Furi left, and I don't know what else. But yeah, I wouldn't blame Hinako Shuki for that. The direction there was actually really good. But anyway, we see Ram struggling. By the way, this whole scene does feel a bit shorter compared to the light novel, although it does feel similar from the pacing compared to the web novel. I'm pretty sure in the web novel there isn't much struggle to break through sand time. And in the light novel, I think it took them multiple days of failure until they saw that bird. And speaking of the bird, that's oh yeah, what I find really interesting is, once again, Anastasia, or rather Eridna. She is the one who discovers the bird. It's always her, right? She was the one who invited them to Pristella and which prevented the witch cult attack. She is the one who invited them to the she was the one who first spoke of the Pleiades Watchtower and the sage and stuff. Their whole journey is basically because of this lady here, and she's their guide. She told them about this warped space and shit. Also, just like 2 days after they've been wandering around. So yeah, Eridna seems to be pretty sus. She definitely knows something. It's pretty clear to me that there is something deeper hidden there. And maybe she attracts birds or something. Who knows? But she's the first person to notice the birds. The birds that the shopkeeper told them about. The birds that are coming in clutch. There is some interesting dialogue here. The thing is, I don't want to play too much because I don't know how the copyright system works. I remember there being some interesting dialogue. The birds in the sky. Oh yeah, the stars have a line, something along those lines. Basically, Anastasia said something about the stars aligning, which once again the stars. I don't know where it is. I'll probably show an image of that, but man, yeah, she's definitely sus. This whole sequence here is directed so well, also with the epic music and everything. Oh my fucking god, man. The camera angles, the POV shots, everything. Like this. I love this so much. Holy shit. And then that transition. The transition between the sand time and this place. Shit, look at this, bro. Look at this. The direction is genuinely masterclass. It's fucking unreal. Like, look at the color difference between the sand sea and this blue, this dark blue area. It's such a unique vision. The way the background is orange and now they're at this area. But yeah, this is basically where some nice interactions between them. Oh, I also look at the amount of detail, man. They've come a step closer to the tower, and man, the art direction. I keep using this word, but yeah, I just love it so much. The tower, it's there's so much detail. But yeah, we this is basically where the episode gets really intense with this beer appearing. The thing is, this might be my only little criticism about the episode. The CGI bears. It's not the best, but it's not that bad either. Yeah, it's definitely tolerable. But if there's anything to criticize about the episode, it's definitely the 3D Kurdistan bears. And Meili controlling them. We see Joseph. Joseph is the one who, just because they brought this dude along. But honestly, he's the goat, if you know, later in Arc 6. Yeah, it's funny. This is where everything gets intense. We see Emilia shooting some nice action. Bro, this cut of fucking Julius, bro. Oh my fuck, bro. Yeah, I love how the sound perfectly matches what Julius do. Bro, he's farming so much aura. I just find it funny how this name, this knight, this White Fox clearly loves Julius. Like, they didn't need to go this hard on the scene. But yeah, we have some Minya and then Meili's Sand Earthworm. And then the first death. Oh my god. Holy shit. I don't know if I can show all of that, but it's just, the thing is, it's so sudden. This death is so sudden, and then you see his reaction. Also, the OST here. This is reverse from season 1. I'm pretty sure the last time it played was in season 1, or maybe it played later. But anyway, this is an iconic OST from season 1, and I'm so glad they brought it back. They also brought back Call of the Witch, but this is a bit later. Man, the facial expressions, everything. It's just comes out of nowhere. They were dealing with those witch beasts just a moment ago, and then they were just about to reach the tower, and then that fucking sniper shot comes and kills him completely, rips his skull off his neck. Bro, Man, these facial expressions, bro. ReZero has never looked this good. ReZero, not even in season 1. Season 1 didn't have facial expressions like that. Season 1 did have really good facial expressions, but I genuinely think season 4 is even better. Look at this. Look at the amount of detail on the eyes and everything. Yeah, there isn't actually... But yeah, the whole second loop, this has to be my... This is probably my favorite portion of this episode. Holy shit. Like the amount of tension and everything. Look at these shots. You just see how desperate Subaru is. He wants to fix this situation, even though this is the shortest loop Subaru has had until now. Even in season 3, like those 3 deaths in the beginning of season 3, those were pretty short loops. Like he only had 10 minutes or something to reach that tower, but this is like just a few minutes before death, like really nothing, and there's pretty much nothing he can do in that short time. And this in the LN was also said this is the first time he felt like he truly wasted a loop. Oh man, it's a really intense and desperate situation, and we can clearly see that on his face. Man, I also love how it turns, how the witch turns into 2D here. Like for most of the time, this sandworm was 3D, but here for a short moment it's for most of the time was 3D, but here this is 2D. Oh man, the animation is peak, but that's not really the most important part. Now we're getting into gore territory, and honestly, I don't know if I can show all of that. Honestly, I don't even want to show that stuff with Patrush. I don't know if YouTube even allows me to show that. It's just, what I'm gonna say is, ReZero has never been this gory. It's never been this detailed. The fucking guts being shown and everything. This is we've like in season 2, of course, there were probably more brutal deaths, like the Great Rabbits, but the thing is, it was never like, the gore was never that detailed. Obviously the production there wasn't the best either, but now in season 4, season 3 also, the few horror scenes we did get, like the tower death and also Otto's leg in the season finale, it's just on a whole different level compared to anything we've ever seen. And man, episode 3, you guys are not ready. I'm just gonna say it. Holy shit, Ice, the main ReZero leaker, I've never seen him glaze an episode this much since I've known him. Of course, his favorite episode is season 1, episode 15, but he even said the peaks of episode 3 might even be on that level. And it's gonna be fucking horrifying. Like, this will be the most brutal episode of ReZero yet. But I'm not gonna say more. You guys should be prepared for episode 3. This is gonna be wild. But yeah, I'm not gonna show all that. What I will show, what I will talk about is this right here. Oh man, yeah, cut content. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this Beatrice scene. Let's talk about this. Okay, basically, there is this. Several months ago, Ice leaked the fact that Subaru, using his invisible providence to wipe Birko's tears, was cut. And that caused a lot of dooming and stuff, and people weren't happy. I also wasn't happy about that, because that was one of my favorite scenes in volume 21. Not my favorite scene, but it was definitely up there. So yeah, it was pretty sad that it was cut. But honestly, the way it was handled here in the anime, even though it's cut, I don't mind it at all. In fact, the death itself, I would argue, is even more impactful, at least even more like it's so cold. Like, look at this shot, man. This distant shot. The camera isn't moving. It's just the two of them. Beatrice crying over Subaru dying. No music at all. It's just completely raw, completely brutal, hopeless, and it's honestly even more like it's more brutal than in the LN. Honestly, like even the gore was not that detailed in the light novel. So genuine episode 3 might be better than even crazier than the source material, but anyway, but yeah, it's the anime handled in a really atmospheric and really just cold way. And I do like this approach a lot. It's different from how it was in the LN and web novel, where it was more emotional with the parallel, like Subaru using invisible providence. That's a direct parallel basically to him wiping Satella's tears in season 2 episode 10. So of course I'd like to have that but included, but still, even without it, the direction in the scene is just sublime. It's so, man, it's so sad. This is probably my favorite moment in the episode. I just, wow, the shock. I couldn't even imagine being an anime only and seeing this. It's just so depressing, and like everything is lost, and bam, this shot, and we get this just like back in season 2 episode 11, where Elsa killed Beatrice. Once again, she dies in front of Subaru, but this time it hurts even more because you have to remember, this is the first time Beatrice has seen Subaru die. Well, of course, but like, yeah, no, even in the Feld loops, she's never seen him die since season 2. And like in Choose Me, where they promised each other everything, after all that, it just makes this moment so incredibly impactful. And yeah, even with the cut, it's still a really powerful scene, a really sad scene, seeing Beatrice and Subaru die together like this. And then this reflection of the tower, man, holy shit, it looks so good. Oh my god. And then, holy shit, look at this expression, man. I can show you a comparison of like this meme, episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3. This perfectly summarizes it, because episode 1 is pretty calm, episode 2 is already pretty intense, and episode 3 will be on a whole different level. Like, if you thought episode 2 is already dark, you have seen nothing yet. But also, it's a really nice way to visualize the effects of Return by Death. We always see the same shot when Subaru respawns, just with his face slowly with each new loop getting more terrified, and man, these facial expressions are so good. Call of the Witch. Oh my god. This almost made me tear up, man. This is so, like, you have to remember, the last time we heard this OST was in season 1. I'm pretty sure about that. I can't remember it playing in season 2 or season 3. Season 1, that's 10 years ago, the last time this OST was played. The fact that this OST returned here, it's so eerie and terrifying, and gives me goosebumps. It's also so fitting, but because season 4 has so many parallels to season 1, but you will get that later. There was actually in that one main trailer for season 4, and a remix of Call of the Witch was a different kind of OST that sounded similar but not exactly. Maybe it plays later in the season, who knows. But the fact that we got this OST back is just so good. It shows us that the staff knows what they're doing, and yeah, that they know that the true essence of ReZero is back with Arc 6. Because Arc 6 combines all the amazing moments from the previous seasons into one, especially season 1 and season 2. I think Arc 6 is more similar to the first 2 seasons compared to the 3rd season, which is more action heavy. Arc 6 also has quite a bit of action, but it's, I would say it's much more focused on the psychological aspect. Subaru's death and what it does to his psyche and his character development, and oh my god, it's gonna be so peak. This is gonna be the easily the best season. I've said it countless times on the internet. Season 4 has been my anticipated season ever since I've read Arc 6. Yeah. I can't believe we're finally here, man. It's so beautiful seeing these facial expressions. I just know it's gonna be my favorite season in general, not just ReZero, in all of television, because Arc 6 is my favorite arc in fiction. But yeah, I just have to glaze because I love it so much. We see here, Beako, I love you. This is so sweet. And then Invisible Providence. Yeah, the thing is, in the novel, he used this the Invisible Providence because of because he remembered just before now in his previous loop the fact that he wipe Beako's tears with that. But here we actually, in the beginning, I already talked about that, when Julius explained to him the best way to soothe a land dragon and earth dragon like Joseph is by caressing him like this. And this is basically what he does, because he remembers back to that point. I just find it funny that how Julius helped him in this situation with it. Like, and also Joseph, he doesn't even, like, he obviously can't see the hand, but he feels it. It's somehow still physical. But yeah, this is basically how they prevent the witch beast attack. Also, what I find really interesting is this is probably the first time the Invisible Providence didn't have a negative effect on Subaru. I wonder what's up with that, but usually there will be some headaches or something like that. But yeah, now we're getting to the final scene. They talk about a flash of light. Yeah, I really want to talk about this one. Like the blood here, and holy shit, this scene. Oh my god. Bro, the sniper. Oh, I really want to go into some spoilers here, but I will not. All I'm gonna say is this is foreshadowing. The fact that Ram sees the sniper, this POV shot, aiming at Subaru, there is some deeper meaning to that. Bro, the storyboard, it's so good, man. Holy shit. And then the fucking animation, the sound design. Holy shit, bro. What is the sound design? Oh my god. I won't play it. I need to pause all the time because I'm scared of being copyright striked, you know? And then this insane animation. I'm not gonna play everything. You can obviously watch it yourself. Bro, I wonder who animated this, and also the sound. And then these expressions, oh my god. Here, seeing Emilia like this is so good. Like, she's you can clearly see in her eyes how scared she is, how worried she is about Subaru. She doesn't want Subaru to be hit by this, obviously. Oh my god. Like she's so scared, and you can clearly see it in her eyes. Subaru 2. Man, the way the camera zooms in, holy moly. The direction is so good. Yeah, the drawings, everything, man. And then here, Julius with these smears, man. It's so good. Julius once again saving his friend. And here we see the fact that it's a needle. And also EMT. Emiliatan Magitenchi. Yeah, very, very, very cool name that they picked here, but this is basically something they created in this 1 year they spent together. This original magic spell between them that creates a barrier around them, which prevents magic. But the thing is, this sniper it's so fast that it still goes through it, but the speed is significantly decreased, so Julius can parry it like that. Also, I find it really interesting. Absolute Nullification Magic EMT. EMT is making this distortion in space come undone, because basically Beatrice's her door crossing is connected to this warp in space somehow, and this is how they fall down. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but yeah, they all fall into this. I don't know what are they. Where are they falling? That's the question, right? Into this complete purple void. And yeah. We finally, and what a cliffhanger. Like, I couldn't even imagine as an anime only, what would I think? Where are they heading next, right? Are they dead? Surely not. But we see in this final scene, whoever this is, I mean, most people probably already know, but what I find interesting is I found you. Why does she say I found you? And who does she mean? Suru? I mean, that would be an obvious one, but does she maybe know something about Subaru? Well, I won't spoil you there. But yeah, that's the second episode of season 4. It's absolute cinema in my opinion. It's quite a bit better than episode 1. I thought episode 1 was already a 10 out of 10. I don't know why some people are saying it's just alright or something. There was so much great dialogue and emotions, but this episode is like episode 2 is where Arc 6 truly begins, and bro, the tension at the end, like it went from 0 to 100 real quick. I loved the whole journey through the desert, the chill parts, everything about that. It was really enjoyable, and then it got so intense real quick. A lot of suffering just in a few moments. Man, it's already such a peak episode, and it's just the beginning. Not even the beginning, just a prologue. The true peaks still haven't started yet. But man, episode 3 is gonna be, holy moly, man! It's gonna be it's gonna be insane. I also the ED, the ending song. Before I come to the opening in a bit, I do want to talk about the ending. It's my favorite ending song. The song, definitely. But the visuals we'll see. But I may or may not know something about the visuals, and it's probably not the best visuals ReZero has had, but the song is very, very peak. I'll talk more on Twitter soon. Definitely be sure to follow me there. But yeah, I love Ender Ember, I love Myth and Roid and TK. It's so beautiful. But now let's talk about the opening. It's also in this episode. Yep, the opening. I don't know how much of the opening I can show, whether that will get me copyrighted or something. But yeah, basically this is the part where I will go into Arc 6 spoilers, because man, it's pretty much impossible for me to talk about the opening without mentioning some of the parts in Arc 6, because there's so much peak symbolism and foreshadowing and Easter eggs that I genuinely have to go into spoilers. So, last warning, if you haven't read Arc 6, then I would strongly advise you to click the video off right now. Otherwise, if you're still here, then I would assume you've either read Arc 6 or you just don't care about spoilers. So then let's start. Alright, so the first frame you see here is Natsuki Subaru at the convenience store. This is basically the first scene in the ReZero anime. And yeah, we see books flipping with a tree growing in the foreground. But let's first talk about these books with all the memories from the past seasons. This is 100% Natsuki Subaru's Book of the Dead. Yeah, this is a direct reference to Natsuki Subaru's named chapter. In the web novel, it would be Arc 6 chapter 73, where he goes through all of his books of the dead, and basically relives his past life from the original Natsuki Subaru. And my god, bro, that's like, these are my favorite chapters in all of ReZero, in all of fiction. The fact that this opening has so many references to his name chapter in general, like I will really try to focus on his name chapter in particular, because this opening has so much symbolism when it comes to that. It's like, the more I watch it, the more I notice. And yeah, this Book of the Dead is the first one, and obviously the convenience store is showing the first scene of season 1. Makes a lot of sense, considering he chapter 33, where he loses his memories, the last thing he remembers was the convenience store, so it's a direct connection to that. And also the tree growing in the foreground. Like, at first you would probably think it's something like symbolizing Subaru's growth throughout the seasons until now. You know, like, we see all of his accomplishments and struggles and everything, all of the highlights from the first 3 seasons. And this tree maybe symbolizes his growth, right? Like the tree growing. But what I actually think is, this is Flugeltree. This is Flugel's tree, because when I go a bit further, you see how it slowly grows here. This literally looks like Flugel's tree. This is pretty much I really love the sketch, man. The sketchy animation is done really well. I think Yutaro Kubo did that. I 100% know that he did that the Aura Monster cut. He already confirmed that, which I will talk about later. But I think it's presumed that he did this as well, or if not, someone else. I don't know. Either way, this is Flugel's tree, which basically creates this connection between Subaru and Flugel. One of the main mysteries in Arc 6 is Flugel, and this is basically in volume 22. That's where the theory that Flugel is Subaru began, and this has a lot of importance within Arc 6. Yeah, and this connection is basically established here. Especially where we see the flugel tree here grow on his head. And man, bro, the visuals are so beautiful. But yeah, we see a bunch of character introductions, the sand dunes. It's just really beautiful stuff all around. The character introductions are probably what I will talk about in the least detail, because everything else, there's so much to talk about. But we see Beatrice here. Oh my god. Yeah, Emilia looks beautiful. And also Rem and Ram. Honestly, I'll probably take the creditless version. Wait. Anyway, yeah, I switched to this version to do everything more accurately. My method of using the VLC player and to go through this, I don't know if it's the best. Again, this is my first video. There are surely more professional ways to go around this, but I just find this the easiest. So yeah, we have all of these character introductions. Rem in her wheelchair by Nesama. They look beautiful. We have Subaru with his glove, because in season 3 episode 8 yeah, he took the burn for Krush and then his hand got messed up and stuff. So he looks really beautiful here as well. So does Julius. Man, yeah, I love the art style. This is like the only still frame in this whole opening, but still it looks really beautiful, so I can't complain. Holy shit. Like the hips. Yeah, Anastasia or Ritna. And then we have Meili in the shadows. I do find it... Oh yeah, this is definitely... we can definitely analyze something here. Like we see all of these at one location, right? Like they're all Ram, Subaru, Beatrice, Emilia, and Julius also somewhere here with Patrush and them. They're all together, but for some reason we see Anastasia or Ritna and Meili separated. They're like doing their own things. And obviously, again, this fits their characters pretty well. So this is a nice detail. We have the 2 Earth Dragons, and oh my fucking god, the art direction here. Look at this. This right here is fucking wallpaper material. Man, I don't know if I've seen so many just like in episode 2. In this opening alone, the amount of beautiful shots of the Pleiades watchtower and the Augur sand dunes with such stunning background art, with such detailed clouds, is insane. And I honestly can't even say what my favorite frame is, but man, this has to be one of my absolute favorite. This is genuinely the best Freezer has ever looked, man. Truly, this is a wallpaper right here. Holy shit. I just love it so much because I love the Pleiades watchtower and the mysteries around it, and seeing it in such high quality. Here we have Echidna, obviously with her butterflies, and the way it switches to Anastasia. Really nice way to showcase their connection between Anna and Echidna, because Echidna, the artificial spirit, with the same name as her creator, and we actually do see the true body of Eridna here, the fox scar. And I love these transitions and the way it zooms in on her eyes. Man, I love this transition so much. It's so smooth. So look at this, the way it. Look at Beatrice here. This is such a funny frame, man. Yeah. Also, once again, butterflies. All three of these characters are strongly connected. Anastasia and Beatrice, they're both artificial spirits created by Echidna. Hey, this is also the order so perfect. We see Echidna, and then we see her daughters, basically, right? The two artificial spirits created by her, connected through the butterflies. What is up with the butterflies? We also see butterflies in her eyes, and then this right here. I think what this represents is return by death, but I could be wrong. Either way, the animation here is... Oh my god. Look at this. Like, look at this, dude. These incredible frames and this distortion here. Such clean animation. And then we see Satila's eye. Holy shit. But yeah, that whole sequence... this whole sequence, it's so fucking peak, man. The animation, everything. Beatrice basically spawning Subaru here, reviving him. Bro, this reminds me of a Titan transformation. Like, especially Colossal Titan from Attack on Titan. This is literally what it looks like. Bro, ReZero is going crazy with the animation. This looks so good, man. Subaru, holy shit. Yeah. And then Satella, this little detail that not everyone immediately notices on their first watch, but this is 100% Satella. Yeah, we see this, which basically confirms it, and like this purple lighting, and she's sad, right? There's some melancholy going on here, and then here it switches to this blue lighting to Emilia. The way it switches from Satella to Emilia, really nice, and obviously there's a strong connection between these two characters, Emilia and Satella. They're obviously tied in some way. Oh man, I do wanna... Bro, look at this. These drawings, this contrast here, these shadows, everything. The compositing. Look at the comp. Holy shit. It's so good. And here her ice brand arts that she developed with Subaru in this 1 year. Also, I do want to talk about the order as well. Everything is in an order that it's not random at all. Like, all of these characters have some connections to each other, and I already talked about those three, but obviously Beatrice and Subaru. Subaru, who does he look at? He looks at Satella, because like Subaru and Satella, yeah, or Satella looks at Subaru, and then it turns into Emilia and Subaru, obviously best couple. And Emilia also, there's always been like this this connection between Emilia and Julius. Like, in the first time Julius was introduced in season 1, he kissed her hand, and yeah, that pissed Subaru off, and this is basically where Subaru and Julius had some issues. But even then, like, at the end of season 3, Emilia is the first person who asks who is Julius, and then in arc 6, later we get, yeah, Emilia loses her name just like Julius, but the difference is that Emilia has it much easier time than Julius, because her character is just different, but there are obviously some parallels between the two. Oh man, Julius as well. Look at these. Oh my god, look at him. How? Yeah, I'm not gay, but bro. Damn. Holy shit. Whoever animated him definitely likes him. White Fox. I have a feeling that Julius is White Fox's favorite among the male characters. Like, holy shit. And then we switch from Julius to the Gluttonies. Lai, Roy, and Rui. The order in which they were first introduced. Obviously, the Julius has the most connection to Roy, because he's the one who ate his name. But still, this order does make sense. And in general, Julius obviously has his problems with the Gluttonies. Oh man, look how terrifying Rui looks. My favorite Sin Archbishop, by the way. Best antagonist. She's so well written. And then we get Ram, and she has her big fight with Lai. It's probably my second favorite fight in Arc 6. My favorite is Julius versus Reed, and I hope Vincent animates that, but I'll talk about that more later. This cut of Ram is Ram looks fucking like these drawings are so detailed, so dynamic. Look at these. Like, look at this, bro. Holy shit. She's never looked this good, man. I do wonder who animated it. I didn't look up this cut. I know some of the animators for the later ones, but this looks absolutely incredible. Amazing comp, amazing drawings. And the fact that she is shown directly after the Gluttonies does make sense, because she is Rem's sister, and she wants her best for her sister. And speaking of, she's obviously seeing something. She's looking shocked at her sister Rem, and bro, oh my god, this is some of the best compositing ReZero has ever had. These lighting effects, everything, it's just out of this world. Like, I can't believe ReZero looks this stunning, this gorgeous, man. Rem has never looked this beautiful and detailed, man, even while she's sleeping. Holy shit, man. I just love this lighting. And bro, now let's talk about my favorite cut in the episode. It starts with that yeah, look at this, bro. Let's fucking go. That's basically I made a meme out of this frame. Yeah, this looks really similar to that one frame in season 3, episode 12, where he used his invisible providence, his unseen hands. And man, look at the detail and the way he's being pushed off the stairs. Like, every frame is so detailed, and the facial expressions are so good. Oh man, Meili pushing him off the stairs. I can't wait to see this in the anime. I mean, it's probably gonna. I don't think the animation is gonna be this good in the actual anime, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Also, the background animation of the tower looks so good, man. And then it turns completely white, and then we're getting to my favorite sequence. Visually, probably my favorite sequence in ReZero ever. Like, my favorite cut in this opening, definitely. And maybe even in general. Oh my god. Look at this. I don't know if I should go in, like, if I should talk about every single one of these deaths, but basically all of these deaths, look at this, man. These are all Subaru's deaths from the first 3 seasons. Actual deaths, none of these are just fake or anything. He is looking at all of his past deaths. This right here is where he died to Ram in season 1, episode 7. It was not Rem, by the way. It was Ram, I don't know. Like, to differentiate, I would probably rather say Ram, but then the American people would get mad at me. And, like, I don't know. I'm from Germany, but I think I listen to more American stuff, so my accent is probably more like a mix of those two. So anyway, but yeah, it was Ram who killed him there, and it was not a mercy kill, by the way. We also see this black shot. This is one of the few times where he didn't wear his tracksuit. It's not immediately clear what everything is. I won't go into everything. It's clear that these are all of his deaths up until now. But yeah, oh my fucking god, like it's so detailed, bro. Yeah, this is one of the Elsa deaths. This is where he killed himself in at the beginning of season 2 to try to save Rem. But basically, now going into Arc 6 spoilers again. Once again, direct reference to Arc 6 chapter 73, or in the light novel, his name chapter, Natsuki Subaru. Because Subaru goes through all of his books of the dead and sees all of his past deaths, relives them. I mean, look at this. This is Arc 6 Subaru. These are all of his past versions with a tracksuit. This is his new outfit, and he's basically looking at them. He himself isn't dying. This is the same guy this whole time. He is just looking at them all. So it's definitely him reading through all of his books of the dead, visualized in such an incredible way. And also the camera turning around. This is basically showcases his cycle of deaths. Like it's all a big cycle, and that's why it's ReZero, you know, and it's directed so well. And Keisuke Kojima, the director and storyboardist for this opening, bro, is such a legend. He worked on 100 meters, and this is literally his style. I think a ton of people worked on this. I've even heard something about motion graphics being used for the scene, and I don't know, insane stuff. So much detail everywhere. All of these this must have taken so much time to animate. Here, this is by the way, this is from season 1 episode 23, where he was where Beetlejuice took over him. This is again one of the Elsa deaths. And bro, look at these facial expressions again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the web novel he stabbed himself more than once, but maybe. But is this the web novel? I'm not sure. Anyway, these are all canon deaths. I'm not going to think about it too much. But yeah, again, Elsa. What I'm trying to say is the drawings are so, like, yeah, I just really love this Kagenashi style animation from like multiple people animated this, but I think the roughs are from Keisuke Kojima, and this really is his style. ReZero never had this type of style, this animation style, ever. And man, it just looks so good. Like all of these, the camera rotating while with all of this blood, all of the blood spreading. Like at first the wall is white, and it slowly turns red, like ketchup spraying all over. yeah, all of his blood spraying onto the walls. Man, it's dark. Holy shit! Like, look at these lines. Like, oh my god, man, how extremely raw and detailed everything is. Shoot. Oh my god, like this, look at this, bro. This has to be one of my my favorite frames. The amount of detail, the facial expression, he looks so I don't know how to put it, but like this is him going through his books of the dead, and he just wants to know that one thing that makes Natsuki Subaru special, and he's, oh man, if I think about it, I already get chills. But I'm extremely sure that this is what it represents. This whole sequence is a direct reference to his name chapter. I'm very sure about that. Like, what else would it be? You know, what else could it possibly be? But this is why I wanted to go into spoilers about this opening, because I couldn't be able to talk about it to anime onlys. This too, another one of the Elsa shit. Is this the one in season 3, episode 2, where he was hung in the watch in that time tower there? Bro, him running completely. I don't know the right adjective for this. Like, I don't know if it's determined, but like you can see his expressions. Like, it's so emotional. It's so, and also the lighting now, the way. Oh, bro, it's so incredibly raw. I love this cut so much. There's so much detail, so much love and passion put into everything. Look at this, man. This looks like 100 meters. But I love it. Holy shit. Every single frame is peak, man. And then what comes next is just absolute cinema. This right here. You know what this is? I believe this is Corleones. Listen to me. Yeah, the thing is, I didn't see a lot of people pointing this out, but when I saw this, I immediately thought of Corleones. You've seen those fan arts of this ability. This is basically him jumping into his next book. Like, each time he opens a new book, before that he uses Corleones to in chapter 73, right? And this is basically him jumping into his next phase books. I mean, this is literally what I imagine Corleones looks like. If it's not that, I mean, it could also be some light of hope, you know, the typical light of hope that we've seen in the season 2 opening 1. Also, yeah, this whole sequence is a direct parallel to both the very first opening of the first season and also the first opening of the second season. It parallels both of those. In season 1, we had him being surrounded by a bunch of other versions of himself, like a bunch of his clones. And I always thought that the first opening would fit Arc 6 so well. Like, I always thought of it, like, especially with his hand reaching out towards the other Natsuki Subaru, it literally looks like Amnesia Subaru and the original Natsuki Subaru. And this scene is a reference to that, but it's also a reference to season, like, Realize, where he's seeing all of his past deaths. Of course, and then when Sattler comes, he's determined and runs through everything. He dies a bunch of times. It's so emotional and brutal there as well. And this is very similar to that. It's a direct parallel, but with its own style, right? With this isn't just copied from that. It's its own thing, because it's a basically direct foreshadowing for what happens later in Arc 6. And man, it's so perfect. Like, the animation is also much better than that sequence in Realize. It's just, yeah, absolutely peak. Otherwise, if this is not Corleones, this could also be, or if this is not something like a light of hope or something like that. I mean, in general, this is this partly symbolizes a light of hope. Corleones is a light of hope for Subaru, going through his books with the hope of finding something special about Natsuki Subaru. But this could also be like at the very end, after he's experienced all of his entire original self's life, the Hall of Memories, Core of Memories, however you want to call it. I mean, it's also pretty bright. This could also be that where he meets the original Natsuki Subaru. Either way, it's definitely a reference to his name chapter, and I love it so much because his name chapter is my favorite moment in fiction. It's the greatest thing ever. I'm so hyped for season 4, episode 15. That's my prediction for Natsuki Subaru's named episode, and that's it's impossible for them to fuck that up. Yeah, it's my most anticipated episode ever. Anyway, let's talk about this whole sequence. Vincent Chanzert. Bro, I predicted this. I knew this immediately when I watched it. Yet so many people were doubting me. They were saying, "No, this isn't Vincent's style." I think this. Oh man, yeah. This song is also peak. Also my favorite. Oh man. Yeah, I think this beginning part isn't Vincent. The thing is, it's already confirmed that, yeah, and also this Patrush part, even though the lighting is absolutely peak, I think the sequence begins here. This is where Vincent's cut starts, and bro, like, just based on these smears, this background animation, I knew it immediately. It's just, I don't know, it's just his style. I've seen a bunch of his cuts. It's insane that we have Vincent Chanzert, the absolute GOAT, my favorite animator. Like, I also like, of course, Yutaka Nakamura is the GOAT for many people, but personally I like Vincent's style more. Yeah, I don't know, call me a new gen or whatever, but I just love his type of animation. And it's probably also biased because he's on ReZero. He animated the legendary Garfield vs. Kurgan. I mean, this cut isn't as impressive as Garfield vs. Kurgan, but it's still very impressive. Also, it's some people thought this wasn't Vincent's style because the timing is different. I mean, he could just be trying something new, but the drawings and the shading and everything is definitely him. Like, just look at all of this. It's the way the sandworms are drawing. Yeah, here the shadows and everything, and the background animation. Incredible stuff. I mean, there isn't much to analyze content-wise about this. I mean, this is just a fight against the sandworms, even though technically they were fighting the bears. And let's wait a second here. Like, it's the opposite of what actually happens in the anime. In the anime, they were like melee with using the controlling the sandworm and attacking the bears, and here it's the other way around. But anyway, what do we have here? Yeah, everything 2D, by the way. See Emilia, really good sequence all around. Bro, like, the animation is so peak. I don't know why some people thought this was like the worst Vincent sequence, because in my opinion it looks really good. There isn't much symbolism or anything in this particular scene, but animation wise, Sakuga wise, it's on another level. Also, this shadow right here, so clearly Vincent. This is so typical Vincent. This is also something that, and also this lighting and stuff, and then here this part, and also the way these clouds are animated, very Vincent-esque. Yeah, he cooked, absolutely cooked. And I knew it immediately when I saw the opening. Like, I was probably the first one to call it, and now it's now it's basically confirmed that he animated it. Also, this transition right here, this transition to Shaula, because she is in the watchtower. Man, what a shot! Zaid Ghassan, or whatever his name is, he animated this. Really cool dude on Twitter. I also predicted this one. Bro, look at this. These jiggle physics, bro. Like, the character acting here is so good. And what I find interesting, like, if you have no context about Shaula, you would just think this is a cutesy scene, but she's actually shooting her hell snipe here. Like, it's a direct transition. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention the bird. Pandora. Bro, we see the birds everywhere, man. It's crazy. But yeah, like, we see the slide. This is basically her shooting her health snipe, and then the direct transition to this, where she's shooting her sniper attack, but it's animated in a cute way. Also, we see a bunch of these dots in the background. This also just looks like some cutesy background image that doesn't necessarily have a lot of meaning, but I do think these are all of her needles, like all of her sniper shots, these round needles and stuff. I don't know. I could be overthinking it, but that's what it looks like to me. But yeah, her character acting is fantastic because Zaid. Oh man, look at this. The heart in her mouth. Peak. Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, she's hot. I won't deny that. Also, her scorpion tail here. Transitioning. Like, we transition from Shaula to these coins. Right? This is the sage, the dragon, and the sword saint. Because a lot of people mistake the Shaula for the sage. It makes sense that her coin basically comes right after her, even though Flugel is the sage. But yeah, oh man, this looks great. And then the cut to Reed. I also love this cut. Man. Yeah, wait, let's talk a bit about the coins. So we see the sword saint. This is supposed to be Reed. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like him, but yeah, we have these are the Lugunica coins. This is, I'm pretty sure this has the highest value. This number 2, this number 3, Volcanica, then Reed, then Flugel. And I like that we're seeing the three sword saints, the three great heroes in order, although Sage isn't technically one of them. But I mean, they obviously can't show what Flugel actually looks like. But here we have the Reed, also a really great cut with some nice impact frames. With his chopstick, he's aura farming again. Look at this. These impact frames, the way it zooms in, holy shit. Here we have this. The way the chopsticks are closed in, and these chopsticks, like him snapping these chopsticks together, creates this energy which forms a sword. And this sword transitions over to this sword. Bro, it's such a good cut. It's such an underrated cut in the opening. I wonder who animated this. Really, really good stuff. Man. And this sword in the examination of the second trial. And now we go up the tower from Electra. Holy shit, like look at this camera movement going up. Like look at this, bro. Holy shit. So much detail, especially like here, like we can see everything. Look how menacing, how massive this tower looks. It goes all the way up to the clouds. Like who knows how high this building is, but it's higher than anything on our Earth, probably. Bro, the amount of detail is crazy, and the way it transitions to Volcanica. The thing is, it does look a bit like CGI. Like I couldn't even tell at first, so it's probably not that bad. I mean, the thing is, the lighting is very dark, so it's not immediately like I couldn't immediately tell with CGI, but after some time I did realize. And honestly, I do hope Volcanica's 2D. He's such an he's a character. He's not just some witch beast or something. So I really do hope in the actual season that he ends up as 2D. This could just be for specifically for the opening, because the lighting is a bit lower, and so they didn't need to spend that much resources on it. I just hope in the anime we see him in 2D. I'm really hyped for his fight with Emilia. I originally thought Vincent's style would fit there, but if I have to pick one, it would have to be Julius vs. Reed. Oh yeah, we did have the Reed cut before. Bro, Julius vs. Reed. Also considering the amount of screen time Julius here has, I wouldn't be surprised if Vincent animates his fight. Good loser, bro. It's so legendary. With all those rainbow lights, it's perfect, bro. Vincent can do that stuff so well. And now, once again, another symbolism for Natsuki Subaru's name chapter. The thing is, you could also say, like, bro, him grabbing onto his reflection. I've literally seen a fan art of Arc 6 chapter 74 that looks like this. And then the way Natsuki Subaru appears there and as his reflection, this could obviously be the first examination of the tower, where with those monoliths and stuff. But I would like to think that this is actually chapter 74. I don't know. This it could be both, but I don't know if it's headcanon or. But to me, it definitely looks like a reference to his name chapter once again. I just can't wait for episode 15. I think it's episode 15. I don't think it's episode 16 or anything. Oh man, it's gonna be so peak. The symbolism here is already so peak. Yeah, and then we have this. Here we go, guys. This right here. I've seen some translations, and basically this is the first chapter of the first light novel volume, like the very first chapter, and basically where Natsuki Subaru's features are described and something like that. You know the whole stuff. Just the very first few pages of the first chapter. So this is Natsuki Subaru's first book of the dead, which he just read. Oh man, this basically means that the story of ReZero is like the books of the dead are basically the story of ReZero. I always love when something in a story is directly represents the story as a whole. I don't know how to explain it, but man, it's so peak. I don't know, it's such a cool concept. The whole books of the dead stuff is so interesting to me. Now, if we count all of these books, we can see that there is a total of 47 books of the dead lying on the ground. And this actually corresponds to his death count in throughout arcs 1 to 6 in the web novel, not the light novel. In the light novel, he died 45 times in those arcs because there was one less loop in arc 3 and also one in arc 6 missing, the Hungry Horse King death. Which will be cut in the next episode. But this is very interesting. So the fact that they're showing the web novel here, even though the anime adapts the light novel, well, I don't think that's gonna be. I'm pretty sure the actual anime will still adapt the LN, but this is an interesting detail. Also, you can see a bunch of open books and a bunch of closed books, and there are actually 24 open books and 23 closed ones. And the opened books, they are for the pre-amnesic Subaru, like everything before chapter 33 basically, and the closed books like this one is everything for for this current amnesic Natsuki Subaru, because the open books are the ones he's already read, and they are the ones from his original self, and of course he doesn't have to read his own books. By the way, in the web novel, the pre-amnesic Subaru, like the original Subaru, died a total of 25 times, while the Amnesia Baru died 22 times. So maybe because it doesn't quite fit with these numbers, maybe he hasn't fully finished reading all of his books of the dead from his previous self, so that could be the reason for that. But I do think this is what they intended. Like, bro, the level of detail, they put so much into this, so much thought into everything. This is once again a reference to chapter 73, like once again a reference to his name chapter. I can't believe how much we have that in this opening, and even a still frame like this has so much depth, so much meaning, which you wouldn't get if you didn't read arc 6. But the anime onlys, after they've seen season 4, holy shit, they will notice so many new details. But yeah, now we're finally getting to the famous Aura Monster stairs. Yeah. This is confirmed to be animated by Yutaro Kubo, and holy shit, he absolutely cooked. Like, look at this. I'm not gonna play it. The song, guys, the song is also an absolute banger. I already uploaded this stuff on my YouTube, and I don't think I need to play it, but I've said it time and time again. This is both my favorite ReZero, this is my favorite opening of all time, but it's also my favorite opening song of ReZero, and by far my favorite opening visuals. Bro, look at this. Look at this frame. This is, by the way, this is the official cover for Recollect. This is this right here. Aura Monster. Bro, I can't believe this meme has gotten so big that it reached the officials. Like, Hamil, I remember there was a tweet of Hamil saying he had to explain Aura Monster to his co-workers. Like, I used to find this whole meme but cringe. Like, all the LARPers were were spamming it everywhere, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it at first, but honestly nowadays, yeah, I've come to embrace it. Like it's actually pretty fun. Like obviously the stairs scene isn't like it's probably not even a top 20 moment in Arc 6, or at least it's definitely not a top 10 moment. It's very good, but like the thing is, Arc 6 is so peak. It's my favorite arc in fiction. There are so many peaks that this just I don't know why everyone talks about this one, but it's just a meme. If you just see it as a meme and not like as the peak of Arc 6, then it's great, you know. And I just can't believe like it reached White Fox and everyone, and it became such a big hit. It's genuinely crazy how much like, bro, look at this animation. I haven't even really talked about this. Like, look at this style. This is genuinely some of the best, most unique, creative animation style ReZero has ever had. It's so I don't know how to say it, but it's fully hand drawn. Yutaro Kubo has such a unique style. It's very characteristic, very raw. And now look at this, bro. Look at everything. Holy shit. These fucking impact frames. There was someone, or there were even multiple people wishing for the Aura monster to have impact frames whenever he steps up the stairs. And I mean, this is basically this, not quite, but I mean, yeah, we got that. And also like the way it transitions into the title ReZero, it's so smooth, so perfect. Like, holy shit, that evil grin turning into the fucking ReZero title. And now, once again, we have the Book of the Dead going through all of his past memories. It's basically like just like the start of the opening. This is right before the end, creating a cycle, just similar to stuff like the first reopening redo, creating the cycle, which is very typical for ReZero, perfectly tying into the themes. And we see all of Subaru's highlights in his life. Oh man, all of these beautiful moments. And then we see this book, the Book of the Dead. And you know what's written here? This is actually, I'm pretty sure this is Iglyph, like one of the official, one of the characters in the not the Japanese world, in the ReZero world, yeah. And this is, even though it's supposed to be written in kanji and Japanese, in at least in the light novel and web novel, his name is written in kanji there on the Book of the Dead. But I think the reason this is in Iglyphs is to avoid spoilers, because this would be like the craziest spoiler ever. If like anime onlys, once they get to the whole parts with the Books of the Dead, they could immediately make that connection, right? Natsuki Subaru, holy shit. Wait, he has his own Books of the Dead. That means eventually he might read them all, and yeah, that would be the craziest spoiler. I mean, in my opinion, that would be a much bigger spoiler than that stuff at the end of that one trailer for season 4 where they hinted at the memory loss, and some reactors already figured that out. I personally think if they wrote it as Natsuki Subaru, that would genuinely ruin a lot. So I like what they did here. You genuinely have to figure this out by translating, and I don't think anime onlys are gonna do this much. So yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of spoilers, I do want to mention something. This right here, this is technically a spoiler because we meet them later in the arc, and it's a bit of a mystery. Like when I read arc 6 for the first time, I knew eventually Rui would come, but I don't know, like so many things were going on at the same time, and I don't know why, but I didn't immediately make the connection that they were responsible for Subaru's memory loss. Like I genuinely thought something in the mechanisms of the tower did that. So the fact that they're showing them here, yeah, but honestly, we've already seen them in promotional materials and everything. They've already, and also the fact that they were shown right at the end of season 3 makes it pretty clear that we will probably see them in season 4 again. So I don't think it's much of a spoiler, honestly. Something that's a bit of a bigger spoiler is Volcanica right here. This is a bit, yeah, I don't know, but I mean, we don't see him that well, and maybe not all anime onlys will make the connection that this is Volcanica. I think it's totally fine, but these two things are the only small things, like the only things you could potentially criticize in this opening, but other than that, I only have praises. This is by far my favorite opening, man. These visuals are god tier, better than anything in ReZero so far. And yeah, let's talk about the final little scene, man. Stand fucking up, man. Holy shit, stand up. I can't believe it. This obviously Rem right here. We see her in the maid. Yeah, we see Rem here. What a shot! Holy shit! In the Hall of Memories. Oh my god! Like, look at this background. It looks so good, man. Holy shit! I can't believe it. This is also one of the best moments. It's not my number one moment in Arc 6 because that's obviously still Natsuki Subaru's named. But it's definitely up there, probably in my top 5. I'm not sure, but it's definitely one of my favorite moments, and also for Subaru's character and Rui as well. A lot of people just talk about Rem, but honestly, what makes this so impactful for me, this chapter, is Subaru's breakdown and like the dilemma between choosing, yeah, that dilemma, I don't know, and also Corleones. That was the first time he got Corleones because of Rem's appearance. Yeah, what a great chapter. Honestly, I can't wait for that to be adapted. It should probably be in episode 13. And also look at all of this. Yeah, really nice drawings again. And then, bro, this eye detail. It's so, man, wait, I need to look at all of this again. Oh, by the way, also, this is Subaru with his hair down. Natsuki Subaru with his new hairstyle. Bro, I was already worried that they might not do that because the key visual didn't, like, it still showed his original hairstyle, but bro, this is so important for his name chapter to differentiate the two Subarus. Otherwise, it would basically be impossible. But yeah, I'm happy that it seems like they're keeping this. And now, oh, also look at these details here, man. Holy shit! Now we see Rem here. Yeah, this is literally Rem. If you pause here, bam, Rem. And also the fact that she's basically the final frame here is also very neatly placed, because Rem wakes up in the final scene of Arc 6, the very last scene. So the fact that she's here at the very end is also really great symbolism. And that's how it ends. Absolute fucking cinema. Oh my fucking god, what an amazing opening. Yeah, I don't need to play a song, but the full song is also an absolute fucking banger. But yeah, this is this is basically it. Holy shit, my recording is 3 hours long. Oh my fucking god, I don't know, man. Holy shit. I don't know how much I'm gonna cut. I might not cut that much, but this, oh my god, this will be a long video. I genuinely thought I could keep it somewhat short, but bro, this is my first video and I'm doing something like this. I don't even know who will watch it until the end. I don't know how engaging everything is. I don't know who would take their time just for me, but yeah. Oh god, my first real ReZero video with my voice, analyzing everything. Man, I don't think I have anything more to say other than I'm extremely hyped for episode 3. I will also do an analysis of that one as well as the ending, which will be shown at the end of episode 3. The ED visuals. This might be the first 9.9 rated episode for ReZero, or even the first perfect 10 out of 10, because episode 2 already has a 9.6. So episode 3 will be on a whole different level. Oh my god, the amount of stuff I've heard about it. I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore, but yeah. I can't wait. Follow me on Twitter, and that's it. By the way, Judge from the future again. This is not quite the end of the video yet. I do have some bonus stuff I want to talk about, but I can't show anything here. I actually have some insider information because I'm pretty deep in the community and some people trust me. I actually saw the whole Miasma cave scene climax, as well as the ending visuals from episode 3. I got sent these 2 clips, and oh my fucking god, man. I want to talk about the this cave scene first. Holy shit, bro. The thing is, I technically shouldn't talk about this stuff yet, at least on Twitter, because my source doesn't want to be found out and stuff. But I'll leave this bonus here on YouTube at the end, because I mean, who's gonna watch a fucking 3-hour video until the end? I doubt a lot of people get to this point anyway, and if you do, then you definitely deserve this extra piece of information. So yeah, basically I got a clip from the point where Subaru and Ram start arguing up until the end where Subaru gets eaten by Patrush, and holy fucking shit, bro, I can't contain my excitement. It's the darkest scene probably I've ever seen, bro. Like it's definitely the darkest and goriest scene in ReZero so far, but like in general, this is some of the best horror I've ever experienced. And I just want to go over some stuff and describe what exactly happens. Basically, yeah, Subaru and Ram are arguing. The facial expressions there, oh holy shit, bro. Like the shadows, we've never seen character acting and facial expressions like this. This is even better than season 1 episode 18 from Zero or anything in season 1. Really, the shadow placement, everything, the intensity, holy shit, bro. There is actually some soundtrack playing in the background. It's pretty eerie. I originally envisioned it without any soundtrack, but honestly, this does fit a lot. But man, when Subaru starts using the invisible providence, when he says "shut up," and then strangling Ram, we get a shot from from above, where we see Subaru on the right, Ram a little to the left of him, and then Anastasia behind in the shadow, with Peltrosh even more concealed on the left, all the way in the back. And basically Ram is holding her lantern, and then Subaru uses his invisible providence to knock her away. This is... And because she has the light in her hand, I love the way the light follows her, and the whole screen becomes dark. And then we get another shot zooming out on Ram. We see her lying on the floor, and then Subaru comes, grabs her. Oh my god, with the shadow. We've already seen that in the trailer. The shadow being... his demonic shadow being placed onto the wall. It looks like the storyboard is so cinema. But really what I love about the scene the most is really Subaru's voice acting. Yusuke Kobayashi, I've never heard him do a voice like this before. Like, can I even replicate it? Sakina! I don't know how to say it in Japanese, but it's like from the throat. I really can't do it. He sounds absolutely evil. I can't even replicate it. I sound absolutely dumb. It's genuinely some of the best voice acting I have ever heard. Like, I genuinely think for this whole cave scene, this is Yusuke Kobayashi's greatest performance ever. Arguably even better than, for example, season 2 episode 8, where he was talking about Return by the Death, Shinimodori, or like in season 1 episode 15, where he was screaming, I'll kill you in the cave, where he was chained up against Beetlejuice. And honestly, later in the Anna scene, I will get to that. That's a part where it sounds pretty similar to that, but arguably even more crazy, even more terrified. But and the scene where Subaru is choking Ram, bro, it's so fucking raw. We see so many different angles, and the voice acting is just like, for this whole Miasma Cave scene, Yusuke Kobayashi has to win the best voice acting category at the next Crunchyroll Awards. Like, this is just next level stuff, man. We see Ram's pained expressions. Everything is so detailed. Everything is so raw. And this goes on for, man, this is honestly quite a long sequence. Yeah. 48 up until... Bro. Like, that's 40 seconds of choking? Yeah, pretty much. Oh no, 30 seconds. Yeah, my math isn't mathing right now. It's about 30 seconds of Subaru choking Ram, and then, bro, this is they went even harder than in the novel. I feel like, for this scene, this is like such good storyboarding as well. And then Ram uses her Fula attack, her magic attack. She basically uses her wand and places it onto the floor, and then an explosion comes. It's like a green effect from the sand. Like the sand slowly builds, something green slowly builds up, and then the explosion, which knocks the lantern away, by the way, and then this lantern breaks, and the screen turns white, and after the screen turns white, a blue filter comes. Yeah, this blue filter, which you've already seen in that one trailer. This is where it starts. Up until now, the lighting has been normal, but now I'm pretty sure this filter is a night vision camera. Because like the lantern is broken, so it's technically completely dark here. So in order to see something, they turned this night vision camera on, but at the same time, it also makes this whole scene a lot more eerie, and it's just a really cool directorial choice. I feel like I really love it, man. It's like the taste of season 2, episode 11 on steroids. It's just holy shit. And then we see Subaru being knocked away. He's lying on the ground, once again screaming for Ram, punching his fist on the floor. Yeah, and then we see Ram and Subaru facing off, just like in the trailer, with Ram pointing her wand at Subaru, and Subaru is about to use his whip. But and also, by the way, here the soundtrack slowly stops, and now Anastasia comes from behind, and she uses her knife to cut through Ram's heart. We get a side shot of her chest. It's like she talks in such a, I don't know, such a cute and also the way she's portrayed, it's so cute and casual. The way she reacts, like, bro, this is so funny, man. We get a shot of both Ram and Anastasia behind her, and Anastasia is the one who is stabbing Ram, and she looks surprised, but kind of like in a happy mood. It's just it's completely off to like no one would react to someone who's about to killed in such a way, but yeah, she's just completely casual, which makes the scene even creepier. Then we see Ram coughing up blood, while Anastasia is holding her. By the way, Ram looks really hot here. But anyway, yeah. Then basically Ram crashes onto the floor, and bro, Anastasia is just, or Eridna is just acting so casual and cutesy and jumpy. She's hiding her knife behind her. Subaru is completely confused, doesn't know what's going on, and we have Anastasia. Bro, the character acting is so good. Anastasia is approaching her. The thing is, I don't understand Japanese, so I can't really say what exactly they're saying, but Anastasia is talking to Subaru right now, probably like about working together, like in the light novel. But yeah, she's talking to Subaru in a really happy mood, really innocent, you know, as if nothing happened, as if she didn't just kill someone. Or, well, Ram isn't completely dead yet, but she wanted to kill her. Yeah, she's approaching Subaru. Bro, the way the camera slowly zooms out, the more she approaches him, the more she speaks. She thinks it's just really cute, which doesn't fit the vibe, but it makes everything more creepy. Also, another eerie soundtrack is playing, some piano beats and stuff. It definitely reminds me, the direction style definitely reminds me of The Kiss of Death, at the end of season 2, episode 11, but even more eerie, like even crazier. And Subaru just looks completely shocked, just like in the trailer. Then Anastasia, or Eridna, takes out her knife, quickly takes it back again, very out of character, but it makes the scene creepier. And then she takes out her hand and asks Subaru to shake her hand. we see Subaru looking at it, thinking, and then we get that one really nice storyboard and where the camera slowly moves up and we see Anastasia's meme face. Yeah, and then we get the invisible Providence. We don't get Subaru's inner monologue here, from what it looks like. I don't understand Japanese, but it doesn't sound like he's thinking about his plan with Anna and how he has to kill her first before she does anything. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's not really. You can just see it visually, and it works perfectly. We see the way his invisible Providence, his black hand, moves up while his other hand seems like, yeah, it's his left hand that's shaking Anastasia's like, okay, that's a bit weird. They're shaking their left hands, while Anastasia has a creepy smile and the invisible Providence grabs her neck, and then we get the shot of her blade with it dripping, and just in that moment Ram unleashes her magic attack, and this is where it gets really crazy. This is where Anastasia, or Eridna's upper body gets separated from her lower body. For this brief moment, actually, the blue filter goes off, because in that moment, because Ram's magic attack, her Fula, actually transmits light. So because there is light, we don't need the night vision camera. So for this very brief moment, we actually do see color, and we actually do see red blood. It's kind of greenish, the lighting, but we do see her red blood, and the way it gets separated, lots of blood. Oh my god. And then this is just for a few seconds, and then the night vision turns on again. Bro, and this is so creepy. Like, we see her lower half body, her legs moving a few steps back. Like, her legs are literally still moving as if they're alive before they crash to the floor. And then we get the iconic Anastasia holding onto Subaru's collar. Subaru looks completely, oh my god, these facial expressions. He doesn't know what's going on. The camera pans from his face all the way down. We see Anastasia's upper half. All her liquid is flowing out. Because, oh my fucking god! And then we get a lower shot of Subaru's legs, and we see all of her guts. Like, holy shit, bro! Nothing is censored. The thing is, the blue filter is still on for the scene. So it's like the color is, it's like, or grayish. I've kept saying blue filter, but it's more like a grayish tone, I'd say. But yeah, it's not red, but still, we see her intestine, a really large intestine, slowly flowing down. We see it from a low angle, pointed at Subaru's shoes, and holy shit, man! Like, they didn't censor any of the gore. We see bodily fluids. This could be blood, but this could also be piss. I don't know, because the filter is on. I don't know what that is, but yeah, we see lots of stuff dripping out. God, this man, anime onlys will be terrified. Oh my fucking god! And then we get some of the best facial, like, holy shit, man. We get Subaru's reaction. What is this facial expression? What is this character acting? This is genuinely, like, better than anything we've seen in ReZero before. Genuinely, like, he looks so shocked, so scared. Oh my fucking god. And then also the voice acting for this scene, it's like, as I said before, where in season 1 episode 15, where he's screaming, I'll kill you, it kind of sounds like that type of voice acting. But honestly, it might even be crazier, even more scared. Bro, Yusuke went so hard on this whole scene. Like, this whole time his voice acting is just fucking god tier. Like, he truly is the greatest voice actor I've ever heard. But yeah, holy shit, man. We get a lower shot of her. Oh, we get a shot from like the sand at the bottom of her lower half, while in the background we see her upper half, where her big and long intestine is still flowing out, while Subaru is moving it around. Like, he wants to throw Anastasia away, but she's clinging on to him, and just everything is flowing out. Holy shit, we see her. And then one of my favorite storyboard pieces, we get a POV shot of Subaru's eyes from up above with Anastasia's expression. That's the one we saw in one of the advertisements in Japan. I think it's Shinjuku or Shibuya Station or something, with Anastasia's insane facial expression. It's like she almost looks like a grandma there. But the character acting is so good. We see it all from Subaru's POV. The way she's down, we still see stuff dripping down while she's clinging onto him. The camera, the way the camera moves, it's just like the way Subaru moves his eyes. Holy shit, it's so good. Like, the direction is so good, man. And then we get another incredible cut where the camera moves, like, it's a shot of Subaru with and we see Anastasia from behind with her hair and stuff, and they're moving around. They're fighting, but it almost looks like they're dancing with the way the camera is moving. Like, it's bro, this is almost like Sakuga animation for a fucking psychological scene. But and also it looks like they're dancing, but not having fun, you know. It's so, bro. And then Subaru wants to tear apart Anastasia's hair. Bro, they look so terrified, man. Like, this is genuinely some of the best directing I've ever seen in ReZero. Genuinely, it might just be the best. Like, in terms of creative direction and storyboards and voice acting and even like sound effects, holy shit. Yeah, the OST playing here is also pretty pretty intense. Everything is intense. It's so loud. And also, yeah, like I said, Yusuke's voice acting is absolutely insane. But Kana Ueda, like Anna's VA, she's a bit overshadowed by Yusuke. I would say Yusuke in the scene is loud because he's really he doesn't want her to cling on to him, so he keeps screaming, while Anastasia obviously doesn't have that much air to breathe, so it sounds a bit more bit quieter, but still it's almost like she's crying, and it's also fantastic voice acting, of course. But yeah, when she says she doesn't want to die, it's really, it's almost like she's crying out in her, but she doesn't have enough breath to really scream, you know. I mean, she's pretty much dying right now. She lost her other half, so that makes complete sense. And then we get this incredible cut of Subaru throwing her away. And by the way, yeah, in this scene, it is in fact Anastasia. I've been saying Anastasia this whole time, even though before it was Eridna. But I'm pretty sure in the scene where she's saying "I don't want to die," this is where Eridna turns into Anastasia. And bro, we get Subaru, like the way he throws her away. The animation is so good. We see more bodily fluids flowing out while she's rolling in the air, and then she basically she's thrown onto the camera on the left, and on the right we see her lower body, and in the background we see Subaru. He's running away, and he's really scared, running away. And now we get a new cut. This is where the blue filter goes off. This is basically the last time we see the blue filter is just when he's about to run away, because he's so scared. He runs away and he goes to a light source, and here we get this POV cut we've seen in the trailer where he runs away and sees the light, and then with all the blood on his body, and he's really scared, looks in the tunnel. We get another really nice storyboard that we didn't see in the trailer, of all the blood on his legs and stuff. And then the way it zooms in, the sound effects, everything, absolutely insane. And then we hear Anastasia's last words, and this is again incredible voice acting. It sounds so painful, like she's so desperate. I'm pretty sure like this is where she says "don't leave me behind" or something. That's a light novel only edition. But yeah, these are her last words, and it sounds so raw and full of emotion. This is basically where the camera slowly zooms in on the dark cave. We did see this zoom in the trailer as well, but in the trailer we heard Satella, I love you. We actually don't get that in the episode. I thought this might be an anime only edition, but no, it's we don't actually get that, so it's just like a trailer edition, I guess. Yeah, we see Subaru's face, and then he vomits. I remember in the LN he actually uses invisible providence, because I think in the anime he also does talk about Ram. Here we get a really nice shot from below, and he says something about Ram, but I don't hear him saying invisible providence, so I'm not sure. But we do see him vomiting, so I don't know if that's cut or I just don't understand Japanese, but he does say something about Ram. And bro, he looks really he doesn't look well. He's clearly traumatized. And then we get a shot of Patrasha's tail with Ram's legs in the background. Subaru slowly approaches him. The camera slowly zooms in. Subaru slowly loses his cool, and he starts ranting at Patrasha. And then we get another incredible facial expression, incredible just the shadow placement, like the shadows here in general are everything is so detailed. Like season 1, the season 1 Glazer should shut up by now. Like this is better than season 1. I swear to God, this is on another level. ReZero has never looked this good, man. We see how angry he is, how he truly is mad at Patrush, and then we see how pink hair is inside Patrush's mouth with some blood mixed in. Subaru first doesn't really know what's going on. He's laughing a bit, but then we get a close-up of Patrush's mouth, the way she opens it. By the way, the sound effects here, oh my fucking God. Oh yeah, I didn't mention it yet, but also when Patrush was munching at Ram's head, holy shit, the sound effect, like when she was cracking into her skull, it sounds so loud and realistic, like holy shit, man. It's oh my God, I got shivers when I heard that. It's incredible sound design. But yeah, we see blood in her mouth, and then the tail slowly reveals her Ram's head being gone, and blood is splayed everywhere on the ground. I think there is some brain matter as well, but the quality is that I got from this clip is pretty low, so I can't really tell. But just lots of blood everywhere, with Ram's head completely missing. Oh my God. And Subaru, this is where he realizes what's going on, and he looks completely terrified. It's like a shot from below. Yeah, he drops his lantern, and then we get another POV shot from his eye. The camera is moving a bit, so it's definitely a POV shot. And oh my God, we hear Patrush doing a or rather, I listened to it again. Basically, Patrush makes a really demonic sound that sounds something like this. Obviously a bit higher. I can't completely replicate it, but something along those lines. It's actually funny that I just found out recently that Patrush has a VA. She absolutely cooked. It sounds so demonic, and I don't know. It's yeah, she's clearly possessed by miasma, and then the way she jumps into the camera with her mouth, she opens her completely bloody mouth. Holy shit. I think anime onlys would be jump scared here, and she just jumps onto the camera because the camera is Subaru's eyes, with her mouth open, and then we get a black screen for 7 seconds. It's I counted, it's pretty much exactly 7 seconds black screen with no sound, but then we do actually hear some sound effects of like right at the end, where Patrush eats his skull, and like the liquid sound effect, and bro, it sounds so realistic. It's, oh my fucking God, the way she cracks her skull and everything from Subaru. And then we actually, after these 7 seconds of black screen, we get another shot from the side where Patrush is above, and we see Subaru, blood everywhere, and Patrush is biting onto his head, and then she releases Subaru, and he falls down onto the ground. Holy shit, man. It's so, I don't know, man. This is like some of the best stuff I've ever seen. Honestly, I haven't seen the full episode, but I mean, this has to be the peak of season 4, episode 3, right? And so yeah, I'd say the peak of this episode might be better than the peak of season 1, episode 15. Yeah, like in terms of how creative direction, and yeah, it's just insane. It's certainly the darkest moment in ReZero so far, and they absolutely nailed it. Would I say it's better than the novel? Web novel and light novel don't have that much differences in this scene. I'd say that the web novel does go into a little more detail when it comes to the gore, and we get a little bit more inner monologue, but honestly nothing is censored. It's just that the descriptions might be a little more detailed, but honestly it's pretty much the same. Yeah, I even prefer, like, honestly, overall I might honestly just prefer it over the novel because of the voice acting and the sounds and the storyboards, everything. It's such an incredible atmosphere, and honestly anime onlys might be completely traumatized after this and won't be able to sleep. But yeah, this is the cave scene. I'm so hyped for episode 3. I think it's gonna have a 10 rating on IMDb or something. Next up, I want to talk about the ending visuals. First of all, I want to say this is my favorite ending song. It's like ever since I heard the song in full, it's, man, I love it so much. And also hearing the studio version now, it's even better than all the live performances. I love it so much. Like Myth and Royd, Kihao, and TK, they absolutely cooked. It's my favorite. Like, of course, I love every single ReZero ending theme. They're all so beautiful. But honestly, this is my favorite ending song. However, I do have to say, like, as much as I glazed the cave scene, I'm a little disappointed with the visuals. I usually always glaze everything, but I man, I don't know. It's obviously it's not on par with the opening visuals. I didn't expect that either, but I guess I'm a bit spoiled by the season 3 ending visuals, because I mean, they didn't have to go that hard with Noxlocks visuals. Usually endings don't have crazy animation. So yeah, this ending is more similar to the like season 1 and season 2 endings, especially. It reminds me a little of Stay Alive, and mixed with Memento, maybe even Styx Helix. Like, there's a lot of still frames, but I do love the beginning. Like, let's say the first 30 seconds or something, or maybe even the first like 40 seconds, yeah, are honestly, if I just take the first 40 seconds, and if the quality remained the same for the rest of the ED, I'd say it's probably the second best ending visuals. It's just that from like 42 seconds, there's a 30 seconds pan up of like some key visual of the whole group. This is basically the whole chorus part. This is like the main thing that's bugging me a bit. Everything else honestly looks really good, like great, truly, for ending visuals. But yeah, I do want to talk about it chronologically. I want to. So yeah, it basically begins with 3 red dots formed into a pyramid, and those are Shaola's pupils. and it's basically everything else is black, and we just see these 3 red eyes, and the light slowly goes on, and then we see her green eye. It's just a very close shot of Shola's eye. We don't see anything else on her face, just her eye, and then it slowly zooms in as the light turns on. It zooms into her eye, into her black pupil, then the screen becomes black, and we see Subaru in black and white. Like there's a shadow moving from left to right, and we basically see Subaru on the rather left side of the screen. Like everything else is black. You have to imagine this. Basically, the background is completely black. There are credits on the right side in white, and then we see Subaru towards the left up until around the middle section of the screen. We see him in black and white with his eyes closed, and at the top there's like blood flowing from above. It's like, it almost looks like some liquid flowing onto his head from above, and slowly painting his hair, and there's also blood flowing down his face. I do love this animation. It's pretty dark, honestly. I do have to say this is probably the darkest ending visuals, especially like this beginning section in ReZero so far. The endings haven't actually been that dark. It's usually the openings that are more darker, at least the visuals. So I do think the tone is set very well for Arc 6, and we when his whole face is covered in blood except for his mouth and nose, we see Subaru opening his eyes at the camera, and we there's basically some red glint in his eyes. Yeah, he looks a bit like a demon. And then we get a shot of Emilia, a side shot of her turned to the right side. She's basically where Subaru was on the left, and that's where Emilia's on the right. So like, she's rather on the right, but her left part reaches the middle section again. And once again, here it already begins with blood being pretty much everywhere on the upper half of her hair, and some of her face as well, except for her nose and mouth. Whereas with Subaru, he started with no blood when it poured in. While with Emilia, she already has a lot of blood flowing down. Then the credits come on the left side, which are white, while Emilia also opens her eyes and turns her eyes to the camera. And then we get another shot of Beatrice where Subaru used to be, again on the left side, although her hair goes a bit more to the right. Once again, she already has some blood covered across her whole face this time. Like everything is covered, her mouth and nose. She doesn't really have much of a nose. And with her eyes closed, and basically everything gets covered in blood except for the lower half of her hair, as well as her clothes, and then she opens her eyes. at the camera once again. Then we get a shot of Rem and Ram, there where Emilia used to be, with the credits on the left. Basically, Rem, yeah, it also starts with them being covered in a ton of blood. Again, this time only Ram opens her eyes and turns it to the camera. She is on the right, while Rem is on the left. They're basically facing their backs against each other while being very close. There's basically two streams of blood flowing from above. It's like someone is pouring blood from above, and I don't know exactly what this represents, but it's definitely pretty dark and sets the tone for this arc. After this, oh yeah, pretty much in the same position where Rem and Ram were, we get Julius. The camera's a bit above this time, and he's turned to the, like, he's positioned on the right, but his face is turned to the left, while blood is already poured on his face and hair and moving down, and he also opens his eyes, and with the credits on the left. And then we get Anastasia turned around. We mostly just see her hair, like she's almost completely turned around. We just see a little part of her face turned to the right, but yeah, basically blood pours all over her head as well as her hair. And then she does open her right eye. We only see her right eye to the camera. It's pretty small. And then in the same position where Anastasia was, we also get Meili. She's not turned back. Her face is fully visible, and yeah, basically we see blood pouring down on the two halves of her face, except for the middle, and she also opens her green eyes. And she's basically the last character. This whole section is pretty similar between all the characters. It's basically the whole main group. They all get covered in blood. Basically, it's yeah. But I do like this a lot. It's not insane animation or anything. I just love the imagery because it's dark, and yeah. And then basically Shadow covers her slowly, goes from the left to the right until the screen is black. And then we get this amazing artwork. It's just a piece of art, no animation at all. It's just like some incredible artist drew this. It's like there's basically a portrait format of the Pleiades watchtower in large. It's positioned once again rather to the right. It doesn't go fully to the right. There's some blank space there, which is completely black. Like basically this whole time you can imagine there's a black background. This time actually the credits are in the middle, so there are some credits on this artwork as well, and the left is just completely black. So yeah, it's just an image placed onto this black background, which the left side does end relatively in the middle. But yeah, I do have to, bro, I do have to praise this incredible piece of art. Like this might just be the most beautiful, the most detailed, especially the most detailed shot of the Pleiades watchtower I've ever seen. Also the clouds, there is so much detail. Like whoever drew this is an absolute legend. I don't know. It's we've seen so many beautiful shots already in the anime, but this is better than anything we've seen in the anime. It's a lot. It's also the colors are a bit different. It's like shot from below, like from the ground, and we just see basically most of the image is filled with the Pleiades watchtower, but we see all the lines and stuff. We've never seen it in such detail. I keep using the same words, but yeah. Also, we do in fact also see the Flugel party is what Ice is guessing. The thing is, it's such low quality what I'm watching. I mean, it's just a leak, so it's not full quality, so it's pretty hard for me to make out who those characters are. They're basically standing in front of the tower in the like, even though the tower is so big we can see everything in detail, the figures are pretty small, relatively far away. But again, this just shows how huge the tower is. Like, if we see the tower in such scale, and these figures that are standing in front of it are so small, basically at the bottom of the image. It's 6 of them. I already talked about who they might be. So on the left we can see Echidna. I can actually see that myself, even though it's very small. Yeah, we see Echidna's hair. They're all faced from the back, by the way. That's probably the Echidna from 400 years ago. Next to her on the right, I said that it's Reed. Again, I can't really tell if that's really Reed. It might be. I just see some. Yeah, it seems to be red. Could also be brown. It's pretty hard to tell for me. On the right of Reed, Ice is presuming that's Farzal, and to the right of him is Hoshin, also presumed, and then we have Satella apparently. I have no idea, honestly. This is information I'm taking from Ice directly. Everything else is what I genuinely see in the video. So guys, I'm not LARPing. This is these figures are the only thing I'm taking from someone else. And then apparently Flugel is on the right. Okay, I see. I don't know, but it seems to be the figures from 400 years ago, like all the characters on those, like at the top of the tower, on top of the first floor, there are those handprints, and it seems like those figures are here. It's such a nice little detail, nice little Easter egg. I like that they added it. And in general, I really love the lighting here, the way the Pleiades watchtower, it's like sort of gray, but I love how it's being lit with all the clouds in the background. Yeah, and at the bottom there's like, we see some of the dunes, although it's greenish. I don't know. And yeah, that's about it. Then we have once that's gone, basically this is the TK part, right? This song, yeah, I need to talk about the song as well. Basically the whole Kihao section from Myth and Roid goes all the way up until Meili disappears, and then when TK comes with his vocals, that's when we see this artwork. We see another art, this time in square, like, yeah, this seems to be just square format. It's positioned on the left this time. Again, not completely on the left. There's just some black space, and the margin, the right margin, is pretty much in the center of the image, and we just see a shadow there. Honestly, I personally can't tell who that might be. I saw Garkar thinking this might be Flugel, but I'm not fully sure. It's honestly, it could be anyone, but I guess Flugel does make sense. We don't know what Flugel looks like. It's just a shadow. It's basically a shadow that starts from the top left of the image, and goes diagonally to the bottom right, but like it doesn't fully reach the bottom right. It does reach the top, and the head with the hair is on the bottom right, but yeah, there's not much for me to talk about. It's just literally a shadow, again with the credits in the middle, and nothing on the right, just black. And this time we have another still frame, another piece of art that's in landscape mode this time, pretty wide, positioned closer to the right, and this time it goes a bit more than just the middle, because it's pretty wide, horizontal. We see a hand reaching out into the air. The hand, this is basically the right hand, and we see the arm on the right side, and it's reaching its hand to the left. I presume this is Shaula. I mean, who else might that be? We do see some of the dunes in the background, but mainly sky, and just this hand reaching in the sky. And yeah, this is where not exactly. We do actually still get we actually get some animation here. This is probably this might be the best animated section in this ED. I do love the compositing here and here a lot. It's a pretty large screen, but once again there are still black margins. Like it doesn't cover the whole screen, but it's still pretty large, right? But yeah, it seems to be 16:9 still. And there's a shot of the balcony with Shaula in the middle, and we see her cape waving in the wind. I really like the lighting here, but yeah, it's mostly the sky with just some of the balcony at the bottom. It's pretty distant shot, I would say, with mainly Shaula's back. And then we actually get a nice movie effect with the black bars at the top and the bottom, which then slowly go down, like not go down, like the black bars, the how do I explain it? Like the top black bar goes up and the bottom black bar goes down. Bro, my English isn't the best, so bear with me. But yeah, this typical movie effect, you know, or even in some music videos and stuff. And yeah, and this is where we see the full this is actually the first time in this whole opening that the entire screen is covered with animation and not just like not just black, not any black stuff anywhere. And this is a really nice animation of Shaula Shaula basically waking up from her position, and the light slowly changes and gets more vibrant. Like it's a bit darker before, and she looks a bit sadder, a bit lonely, and then she looks at the camera and it gets brighter, it gets happier, and yeah, we see her smile, we see her happy. This is probably because after all this time waiting, she's basically spent this whole time waiting. It's visualized on through this balcony with her in a pretty depressed position, and she probably looks at the camera, which means that she finally sees the one she's been waiting for, her master, and which is actually Subaru. But yeah, she finally smiles, and then it gets bright, the whole screen turns white, and this is now we have reached like 42 seconds. This is the part that I unfortunately like the least. This is like the main reason I'm a bit iffy about the visuals. We get a 30-second pan up of, yeah, this is basically a key visual, right? It's positioned relatively on the left and goes a bit further than the middle, but it's basically a key visual, just that the background is once again black. Yeah, we see bears at the bottom and worms, basically the witch beasts that Meili is commanding. She's there facing the camera, pointing her left hand, and basically commanding the witch beasts and screaming something. Above her we see Anastasia, or Eridna in this case. She's using some magic, it almost looks like electricity. And to the left of Eridna we see Julius. Basically, Eridna is looking someplace up to the right, while Julius is facing the left and is looking like at the bottom left, and I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. But yeah, like on top of Julius and Eridna, we see Rem lying with Ram holding her while she's sleeping, and Ram is casting some magic. The wand is placed at the left, and Ram is basically on top of Rem and turned to the left side. And to the right of Ram we see Beatrice casting Minya, and she's also turned to the right and casting it to the right screen. We actually do see some crystals. It's basically to the lower right corner of the screen, is where she's aiming at. And then we have Emilia with her ice sword, like above Ram, I would say. She's turned to the left. We see some wind around her. Her ice sword almost reaches Ram's head. And then above Emilia, we can see Subaru reaching his right hand to the sky. He's probably reaching for Shaola based on the context. Probably wants to save her. Yeah, but basically Subaru is at the very top, of course. He's the MC. And after this whole slideshow pan up with this key visual, we do actually get some animation again. We get a closer close-up shot of Subaru's hand reaching out in the middle of the screen this time. It basically directly transitions from that key visual shot of Subaru reaching his hand to an animation which is a bit closer to the camera, and we see a white hand covered in light trying to reach this hand, but Subaru's hand falls down and leaves the screen while the hand from above tries to grab it but doesn't make it, and then this hand is a bit frustrated. I'm pretty sure it's Shaola, because in this next shot we see, now we actually don't, up until this point the screen has been like the background has been black, but now the background turns brighter and we actually see the sky and a bunch of book pages are thrown in the air. These are actually, I'm pretty sure these are 100% Books of the Dead. I'm very sure about that, like the book pages of Books of the Dead, and I'm pretty sure these might just be Natsuki Subaru's book pages, right? Must be, based on the context. Yeah, we see a bunch of paper with text thrown into the air. They and then we get a wider shot of the balcony once again, this time a bit bigger. The balcony has some red lighting, and then in the middle we see Shaola, we mainly her cape, and she threw all of these books in the air. We see her right hand still in the air, probably trying to grab onto Subaru, but not being able to do that, and we see all of these pages floating in the air and they don't leave that place. And then finally we see one Book of the Dead being thrown at the camera, like, yeah, I can't tell which Book of the Dead is. I can't see any text there, but I'll just assume it's Subaru or something. But basically, this transitions to the final shot, which is just an empty balcony. Like this book being thrown at the camera is a really nice transition from Shaola and all the books floating to just a lonely balcony with nothing, just a sky, no book pages, no nothing, and Shaola is gone. This may foreshadow what happens in Shaola's name chapter at the end of Arc 6. And yeah, this is basically the end of the opening. We just see some credits in the middle at the end, and that's how it ends. So yeah, overall it's not exactly what I envisioned. Shaola got quite a lot of screen time, but she's not the only one. We also saw the whole group, including Subaru, but she is at the beginning and at the end. So it seems like this ending theme is from her POV. I would have wanted it to be Subaru, but yeah, it is what it is. Again, I try to be as positive as I can, and it's still definitely my favorite ending song. And honestly, it might just be my favorite ending theme overall. It's like, I think it's more about the song than the visuals in the ending. Like in the opening, I'd say it's almost 50-50, but for the ED, especially in season 4, it's supposed to be just like back in the day in season 1, where we got a ton of those scenes like with Styx Helix, or even in season 2 with Memento. At the end of the episodes, instead of the visuals being played, we got those iconic scenes where the ED played over the cliffhanger, over what is actually happening at the end of the episode, and we didn't have any of that in season 3. But from what Ria Takahashi said before, we will apparently see that again. Shinohara is bringing back the good old ReZero vibes, and I'm really looking forward to that. I think this ending theme fits this kind of situation a lot better. So I guess they didn't really go that hard on the ending visuals and kept it relatively conservative because they didn't need to. I mean, they will probably just play it over the cliffhanger most of the time from here on now. And I think this ED might also just be specifically for the end of episode 3. I mean, it fits. It's the introduction of Shaola. The visuals are pretty dark, and yeah, it's heavily Shaola focused, I'd say. So we will see. I hope we get some of those iconic cliffhanger endings again. But yeah, overall, I would still say the visuals might be top 3, perhaps. Like Noxlos obviously has the best visuals. The animation is just on a different level compared to all the other endings, and also the symbolism and everything. Number 2 is probably Believe in You. I mean, of course, the season 2 character designs weren't the best, but there's a lot of nice symbolism there. I love the lighting and compositing and everything. But yeah, number 3 might just be Ender Ember. If it wasn't for this whole pan up shot of the group key visual, then it might just be top 2. But yeah, either way, this is probably my favorite ending song, and this is also the end of the video now. This is just a bonus section. I originally didn't even plan on adding anything like this to the video, but with everything I recently got, I thought, why not? I probably won't be able to tweet all of this stuff on Twitter. I also won't really say that I put it in this video. I'll just leave this as a little surprise for the people who truly watch this insanely long video that's almost like a live stream until the end. Yeah, you're welcome. if you actually got through all of the shit, it's so boring. Probably nobody cares about me yapping about a bunch of stuff, going into so much detail, which doesn't even matter at the end of the day. But yeah, I'm actually not really allowed to tweet about all of this at the moment. Let's see when my source gives me permission to do so. I thought on Sunday I maybe could, but apparently I should still wait a bit. But either way, you have this video now. And yeah, that's basically it. We will see each other next week for episode 3. I will go into I probably won't go into as much detail as this time. Like, holy shit, this video ended up being 4 hours. Like, originally I thought it would be the recording used to be 3 hours, but now it seems like it might just be 4 hours. Of course, the next video won't be that long. I've already talked about the ending. I also talked about the Miasma cave section already, so I won't go into too much detail next time. I'll just generally talk about what I loved about the episode as a whole. And yeah, we'll see each other until then. Bye.